I've hit the button. We're live. Hi, audience. We were faffing around for literally like an hour. First about Yu-Gi-Oh, then about actual Fate. It was so bad that Omega had to get up and go pee twice because he was drinking a lot of water, and now his water is mostly gone for the actual game.
Because that's the power of our faff.
It'll probably be just as bad now that we're actually rolling, but at least it will hopefully be vaguely... It'll be on mic, and it will hopefully be vaguely directed. Okay.
Anyway, we were going to kill some fish.
Yeah, so for the mic and for the guys at home, I will remind everybody the Doom Pool currently stands at 2d10s, 1d8, and 2d6.
Oh, it's
so not fairly spread. Yeah, we're going to see. And then basically the breakdown was, at the end of last session, you guys decided to split up. Yep. And we're probably going to kind of do it as kind of like, it'll be quote-unquote one scene where you guys can bounce around to each other, so nobody's necessarily left out, but obviously you can't necessarily affect stuff in the other scene. It's just, we're going to try and experiment with splitting the action.
There are some situations where we can shift that around. But
yes, some of you should be able to jump between scenes if you need to, but yeah, we're trying multiple planes of action.
We're having a bit of too easy of a time, so we wanted to give ourselves a challenge. Saying that now, we're all going to fucking die.
I don't think easy was the word for this.
We are requesting
we'll
a challenge!
See what happens. And it's a good thing to test. One, because smaller groups testing, but also two, can we actually, and I think we can do multiple planes of action, but can we do multiple planes of action in this system? And how easy is it?
Let's find out.
So, basically where we last left off, you blew up a bridge with suicide bombers, in a look that would probably get complaints about us.
They were not suicide bombers. They gave their lives in service of the Lord. They are not suicide.
Correct, yes. The holy Catholic martyrs.
Yes, they're martyr bombs.
They're martyrs. They definitely did not commit suicide. That's a sin.
I can still smell the blood.
Martyr bomb.
Anyway, in a look that is probably not okay in our world, but happened anyway, and nobody complained. But if it was in an anime, people would probably complain. And then you guys all extricated yourself from the bridge or whatever and the fun stuff and decided, okay, we're going to split up. So, let me see if I remember this right. Devram and Okitan and Celeste and Father Thomas are going to go to the ruins of Yudo Temple and try and find Archer.
Along with Nash.
Yeah, or you guys are taking Nash.
I thought we were giving them Nash.
No, we needed Nash so that we tank and tank.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have time.
That will be very interesting, but okay, Mash will go with you. Alright.
So it's 3 and 3, I guess.
And then Aelius, Penth, Ku, and then Imrit and Sherlock, and of course Sela and Hoshi will go to the Einsburn Forest and deal with Berserker. Yes, that's right, the Einsburns put their name on the forest, in case you forgot.
They're rich enough. Infinite curse money.
So, yeah. I also think I'm echoing a little bit.
You're echoing off someone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It is hard.
It's probably...
Okay, now.
Oh, hold up. Give me a moment.
Probably. They also built a castle in there and didn't tell anybody about it, I don't think. By the way, the castle has fallen down and is on fire right now.
Oh, cool. How much fire?
Wasn't it already on fire?
It could be more on fire.
It can always be on more fire. You can upgrade the fire into, like, divine fire.
But okay,
what's up with you guys that like stuff to be more on fire?
Well, fire?
It's my entire magecraft.
He's going to reach the root by setting shit on fire.
I'm gonna burn through reality.
He's gonna reach the root just to light it on fire.
I mean, I probably would by then.
Well, I mean, I think the counterforce will light him on fire, is how that usually works.
I don't even know Aelius wants to today, by the end of this, we'll see.
Our mages are weird. Anyway.
Okay, so I want...
Well, yeah, the thing I was gonna lead into was, does anybody have anything they want to set up? I know Axe does.
I do.
Okay.
I have a minor thing that I'm going to do help to set up, but,
Alright. So, is there... just because I think my memory might be a little blurry because things happened previously, but if I use Ku's rune magic to basically make an asset, and I can step it up, does it technically make it where I can make a D12 asset, and then if I spend enough plot points to make it last the entire fight scene?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to do that in a scene, though, because the asset goes away at the end of a scene.
Okay, then I guess...
If you wanted to set that up, the way the thing in the downtime scene we're in right now would be to spend a plot point to create a resource, which would be his rune magic is A, right? So that would be a
Yeah.
D12, a D10, B rank resource of like he gives you the rune prep or whatever, gives you some mystic item. And then you step up the moment you're in the action scene with Berserker and go, I'm setting up the thing, and you do it, and you create the asset with your effect die and spend a PP to make it. What's the persistent? I think is the word I use.
Yeah, make it persistent so everyone can use it.
So anybody in the scene can use it forever.
All right, so that actually works, and that actually works better in the narrative sense. So yeah.
All right.
I guess
so you're gonna do that thing with resource?
Yeah. So that's the play for this case, and then I'll do a second one during the thing.
Yeah, when you want to make it permanent, because you never know. You say, oh, I'm gonna make a big A rank resource and step it up, but maybe you roll ones on all your good dice or something. So
okay.
You might like look at an asset and go, oh, this didn't work right the first time. I won't make this one permanent. Maybe I'll use it to try again.
Okay.
Flow into the next. But yeah,
marked it down. So
all right. So he did his thing. Father Tomas said something.
Father Tomas prep one gets spend time with the Judas stuff. Pulls out a bunch of binding chains that he has have those out and wrap them around his body.
So Father Tomas's move is to make himself more noticeable. Got it.
So he has people. The chains. So he actually has
The chains make him stealthier?
No. He just has. He looks unimportant to see, unless they're specifically looking for him.
Yeah, presence attunement at low ranks.
It's basically you look like a normal schmuck.
All right. So he preps that. That's easy. That's just a narrative thing. It popped out. I think he was next anyway. There he is.
Yeah. Sorry. Ghosted.
I just realized there are two thieves in this chat.
also, just to ask, does Aelius need to step it up, or Ku need to step it up?
What? You've said something that doesn't make any sense, Ax.
Since Ku made the asset, does he need to step it up, or does Aelius need to do that, or is it just not?
He's made a resource. It's not an asset. If you call it an asset again, I will kill you. Yes, but theoretically, he made it. Anybody can use it. It's permanent.
Okay.
There's narrative stuff in there of like you probably can't like throw it. Oh, Ku, here, use this resource. Okay, pass it back to like you probably can't do that. Just because it doesn't make sense. But whoever holds the resource has the resource.
Okay. Well, I might as well finish it now. That the floating servo skull thing I got last session.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to turn that into a bomb.
Okay.
Does that just you slap a D10 onto the D4?
Yeah, I was like, are we just gonna put a D10 sort of explosive rune on him, or that, or what? Because I think that's
probably the simplest way to do it is just to make it a bomb.
Okay.
I mean, if it works the same way I did with my brass knuckles earlier, they would just go from a D4 to whatever the dice.
Yeah, I'd say you can probably overlap them. You've changed its function from a servo skull to a bomb, but now it's a D10 bomb.
Okay.
You will pay the plot point that he does that, I assume?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll put me at 0, because I only had one last time.
Alright, Ku scribbles exploding runes on the skull.
Oh, this is good. Alright. Okay. Alright, Bandit.
I will actually use another one of my skills. I'm going to have this. I will use on myself and Father Tomas. Actually, just Father Tomas. Basically, it's a prayer for safe passage. When a user makes a roll to be stealthy or covert, they're locked instead of covert. Like I said, for me, that doesn't do anything. My covert is better than my lock. But for Father Tomas, that doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
Devram is going to walk up to Celeste and, hey, so I noticed all these guys here are not beasts, so would you mind doing your sanctified holy thing on my gun?
Well, it would not be me if you Father Tomas, but
I specifically ask you.
I will try. I need to roll that.
Well, nah, you can just spend a plot point.
Oh, okay. I'll spend one. Sure.
Alright, what's your appropriate rank for Holy Sacraments?
My Holy Sacrament rank is
Okay.
so
D8.
Yes, you now have D8 holy bullets.
Nice.
yeah, it would be a D10 against
Okay, so
for simplicity, it's probably just their D8 holy bullets, and you roll them because resources are technically a separate trait from tools. So when appropriate, you can add the bullets on top of your gun.
Okay, got it.
It's probably
No, it wouldn't be the bullets. It would be the gun. Okay. Because that's what it is. It's less than the firearm.
All right. Even so, that it's still a separate trait. Adding a D8 when you would target something that holiness would affect basically gives you Slayer.
Yeah. Okay.
So it works out.
All right. You the boss.
See my pants.
And it is on my document.
Okay. Hey, Sela, do you want to do anything cool? Or do you just want to get crunk?
I mean, there's honestly not much I can do for getting set up.
You've already got your brass knuckle, that's probably it.
I don't...
I played a support character, so...
You want the Holy Priest Lady to sanctify your fists.
I think I'm good.
Sanctifies the fists,
gives
Hoshi a high five, you both burst into flame.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't.
That'd be funny. They're like, ooh,
boss, why? It's under the agreement.
My magic against a servant would probably just be like a light stinging.
Huh. I'm on fire.
Weird.
Why doesn't this hurt more?
Hold on, wait, I've got something. Pours sake cup on it. Oh shit, I'm more on fire. I don't understand your human science, okay?
That's such a
liquid puts out fire.
It's like the same thing. It's like, if you drink beer, that'll make spicy go away.
I doubt you'd want to do it, but I doubt you'd want to do a scene of just Sela because I don't know. I think as probably doing all these things, they'd probably ask you like, how did you get in this whole ordeal? But I don't know if you actually want to do that.
We've talked before about how we're not really doing a lot of role playing. If it you can do that, and if you want to talk amongst yourselves, you can totally do that. I don't know if. I suppose that is a question for Vespairr as Sela. Would you tell anybody about how you got here?
Well, I mean, I assume it's like all of you. You're tested for master capabilities from different parts of Chaldea, reaching out to different parts of the mage communities.
Yeah, that's not technically true for me, but you don't need to go into that unless you guys want to hear how I got wrapped up in Chaldea.
That's a fair point. I just see everyone here as part of something. I'm formally from a kind of insane institute that's obsessed with the past. One here is from, like, I guess the best college known of history. One here is a monster slayer, and then one here is another monster slayer. So
I was just told to, and I quote from my boss, not let the stupid mages blow up the stupid world.
That's fair.
It's on a
typical church.
It's honesty.
That's my secondary objective here, so yeah, no, I get that.
Sherlock just sits in a corner quietly, just eyebrow.
My boss is not very popular even in the church. I have gotten many assignments where it's don't let the church blow up the stupid world.
That also sounds even more likely.
My master does not trust people.
No, this all
he
checks
doesn't
out.
trust me either. When I met him, I tried to kill him.
Hoshi probably leans down to Sela and is like, "Boss, are we trying to blow up the world?"
I'm gonna say no on that.
Definitely, the worst we could do is probably blow up like where we are, not the actual world.
I don't think I'm supposed to protect.
Oh wait, the time singularity thing.
I've been meaning to contact my boss on how his feelings of that are, but I can't get cell phone service.
Everybody shrugs because how many of them actually know what a cell phone is?
My character is specifically very weirdly obsessed with new technology.
But like a decade in the past.
Hoshi probably like looks up around because you guys are walking through the burning streets, back through the residential district before you split up, and just like, I don't really think there's any point in blowing this place up. It looks pretty blown up from here.
I think.
Yeah.
Judging by this place, I have failed in my mission.
It could be more on fire, I guess.
It could. And there's still buildings left, so it's not all blown up, so I didn't fail.
Didn't they lecture us on singularities?
When I report, I'm going with that.
Didn't they lecture us
probably
about how singularities are basically like slideshow slides of time and space?
Well, yeah, they are singular,
also,
so they're...
Considering we aren't Gudiko, and we probably don't have the trauma of maybe dealing with the fact that all these people are just going to be dead. We can't do anything about that.
I have been a part of Caldea for a while.
Well, also, that's the thing, though, is the world fixes people's deaths, but if it's too weird or out of order, they get fixed back. As per Ibaraki's interlude actually in Babylonia, where Siduri is alive again because everybody who got ate by Lahamus is just so out of the fucking question that history was just like,
shouldn't exist.
Fuck it. Whoop! Anyway, just gonna write that one out.
I was requested to be here, my master requested that I be here to the late former director, and I have been here for a while.
Huh. I still wonder what happened to them from Raspberry. No one ever says what actually happened.
I assume...
Mash probably is just like,
Did he shoot himself? Because it's like people there was no gun on the premises. So like, how did that possible?
I think medical ruled it an accidental death or suicide. I don't know. I was very young. I don't really understand what's going on. I mean, we could ask Da Vinci or Dr. Roman.
How old is Mash again?
16?
Yeah, Mash is like supposed to be 16.
Okay, so I would have come after Mash.
Yeah. Mash didn't get fused with her experience until she was 10, I believe.
I think I might have been there for that, because the way I've set up my character is she basically came after they'd started building Chaldea before Master candidates. Because the church was like, what are you doing in Antarctica with this secret base?
Nothing.
Because why didn't
give us money?
Do that in actual timeline? Seriously. Never mind, but regardless.
Well, in the real life, Marsborough wished for Chaldea to happen, so everybody just went along with it. Well, that's probably what happened. It's just the church is just like, okay, you can build your weird thing, but we're gonna keep an eye on you.
Yeah, we got our eye on you, funny boy.
How about our rejects?
I'm not a reject. I'm just.
Well, Death has certainly rejected you.
About that reject comment.
I'm not a reject yet. I am on probation.
I believe that Death has spat you back out a couple of times, though.
But yeah. No, I'm not most of the church's favorite person, let's say that.
Church likes people?
Yeah, when they
Holmes probably snarkily mutters, I can see why.
Better than Atlas sometimes without making some people special treatment.
Don't they make, like, super weapons to destroy the world, like, 10 times over every day?
I believe that the rule of Atlas Academy is that everything created there cannot leave. This is Holmes.
That doesn't usually, though.
Exactly. Like, if it's created there, and we believe that stuff, and we believe that's affecting the world, it gets sealed in the deepest part of it, so that no idiot takes it out and does something stupid.
Holmes probably looks up at the blackened sky and the fire, and like, I wonder how Atlas is in this timeline.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure. I think it must be around, but hey, I feel worried about that if we ever need to go.
That's a metaphysical question. I'll have to ask Miss Da Vinci about the mechanics of the singularity. A food for thought. Is the world outside the borders of this town gone? Or does it simply not notice yet? Food for thought.
Yeah. Although, the guys, the people back home are probably notice if they are still around, they probably notice that they are freaking the fuck out if they're not dead.
Depends on how that big fancy bunker of theirs works.
Mash is probably isn't the Trimegistus calculator based on the one from Atlas? Because it is.
Yep.
You guys, that's the thing about Chaldea is you have 4 pieces of double secret technology magic stolen from, well, not stolen, but you know what I mean, from everybody.
Borrowed.
You've got your own copy of the Trimegistus calculator. You've got the near future observation lens Sheba. You've got the model of the world Chaldea. And you've got the fate summoning system.
Because we can't do time travel we can't do magic time travel without that.
Which I'm pretty sure Marsbury, after blowing up the Holy Grail War, just scooped up the remnants of the ritual and was like, I can fix this.
I'm just going to take this with me. It'll be fine.
The rest of Irie into a little bucket. I'll fix this.
I'll make it better.
I'll make
Just
it with...
Ease is the first one.
Just Ease, yeah.
I'll mix it with this giant gotcha machine.
Fix this.
Oh, great and powerful Grail. Let me build my Chaldea. And it just dribbles some Grail goo on the ground. And it's just like, I can make something out of this.
Doesn't work.
It probably just covers him in non-sequential hundreds. The Greater Grail just vomits money onto him.
Or he gives him a Grail black card.
Oh yeah, say I couldn't. Bank of Say Hi credit card, unlimited.
You just gotta like.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah.
So you guys get to basically the literal fork in the road. One goes north towards the temple, one goes south towards the forest.
Who's putting forks in a forest road that's privately owned?
I pick the fork up.
It's a little on fire.
Sorry, I think I might have made that joke in every D&D campaign.
That's fair. We all have our favorites. Actually, honestly, the way I think this would work is that this is probably like the access road where like one direction is uphill to actually like go up the hill into the mountains, Mount Fuyuki, and the other is to actually like go down into the valley, basically where the forest is.
Okay.
Which probably eventually becomes a private access road, but it's split into the two. So
it's not private anymore when the owners are dead.
Yeah, nothing's private when your house is on fire.
That's fair.
Look,
family motto.
If anything happens, call us. Like we'll do what we can, and if you need healing, just send Oki to pick me up.
Okay.
I can do.
I want to say we can't potentially just use Da Vinci as our proxy communicator if we can't communicate with each other right now.
I have walkie-talkie. I have a set of walkie-talkies.
I'll take it.
I actually have.
You try to turn it on and it breaks in your hand. You don't know how to work technology.
No, I do. I'm just picturing that probably
like
Celeste is like, all right, tune to channel 3, and Aelius is like, what button is that? No, it's not.
I help. I'm like, you get it. I've used this before. Everyone I work with is basically like this around technology. It's fine.
I've used a smartphone before. Being kicked out of where your family lives does a lot of things.
Honestly, I could believe they just use smartphones better because those are so idiot-proof, though.
Yeah, smartphones are probably the only technology that make us understand.
Like, it's
why
magic. You can set up your smart assistant and literally tell it to do stuff, and it does it. And sometimes it doesn't work, just like magic.
That's why Aelius is having trouble, because these are specifically like 90s walkie-talkies.
Oh, yeah. That's like,
yeah, I'm thinking these are like you said old-ass walkie-talkies. It's like, okay, tune to channel 3. Like, look at it, like, which button is that? Because it would be an
like
actual
3 dials
dial.
on this. It's like 3 dials on these.
I have a bunch. Yeah, I'll but I do.
I think I have the gif of Rin getting upset at the Blu-ray repair.
That might be my favorite.
But yes, Vespairr has posted an anime gif of somebody putting a DVD into a VHS player, which is how most mages work.
What was it that Shiro had to explain to Rin, like how it worked?
It was DVR essentially. It was like DVR something with a VHS tape. That's
in Carnival Phantasm it was upgraded to recording on his Blu-ray player, but yeah. I think that was a Hollow Out Araxias kit was recording on VHS.
Yeah, I think there was also a time where like he had a radio and Rin just assumed it was like a scrying device. Yeah, no, I think that was in the original novel. Like when they were listening to like people getting killed by Elia, it was like, they have a scrying device keeping a track of the news. But no, it's the radio.
And she's like, what?
Oh, fine, it's a scrying device. Whatever.
Because Rin was raised in austerity by a crazy church man. He taught her kung fu, but not how to use a phone.
I think Rin's more like the low bar mages that know technology.
Probably.
People that seclude
No,
themselves.
because Waver also doesn't know how to use that.
Well, he probably knows a little, but that's just because Iskander taught him how to use a SNES.
Anyway.
So this is your moment to say things in character as you split up into 2 teams.
As they're walking off, like Aelius, it says to me, I think I can handle this better than like the technologically blind people at the clock tower. Don't tell them I've never been to the clock tower.
I trust you.
He said that when you were not in earshot, because it's the idea as like I was imagining it as like as we split groups and walk off. He says that to Marie quietly because he couldn't tell that to anyone else.
Yeah, can't be too hard to operate again.
Anybody else have any like goodbyes?
I do want to set up what I'm doing because it's funny.
Okay.
Because we're climbing a mountain, correct?
Yeah.
So my body is very familiar. Suddenly glowing with light as I activate my reinforcement handcraft, and I just start driving my hands finger first into the mountain as it begins climbing.
Okay. You're just gonna skip the whole staircase they built.
I'm trying to be stealthy.
I also skipped the staircase via the way of Oki Tanza.
Okay. So you're
I've gotten very used to just being carried.
You're just being ninja teleport carried through the forest.
Yeah.
It heals the pain. It heals the hole in your heart.
I think Father Tomas is the only one probably using the staircase.
No, you guys have MASH, so she's just like,
yeah.
okay, I'll follow. Just kind of.
Oh wait, no, I'll go behind that. I don't want to leave Father Tomas alone with Mash.
You can't do anything for her though. She's awful good.
But you can traumatize her.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
She can't do anything
Now Mash
physically,
can do
but
something to
certainly
him though. She
emotionally
can
and
fucking
mentally.
decide to suplex him off the mountain. It was an accident. He fell.
Well, also, my character is very protective of Mash.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Something has come up while we were back. Then we'll actually get started on the actiony scenes. Does everybody have all their setup and stuff done?
yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Not leaving the creepy priest alone with Mash.
I'm pausing for we're back.
There's my character's assessment of Devram.
That is my life alignment is for
What are actually? I don't remember. What are Devram's distinctions? One's shifty.
he's got shifty, tracker, and keen eye.
Okay. All right, we're back. The recording is rolling. That whole bit only took about 30 minutes. But we had character stuff in there, which is cool. Okay, so I think we'll start the scene with the forest team because you guys got a little bit more of like an open-ended where you're going. So you're walking down to the Ainsburn forest. You probably have to leave the street and eventually just free path it. It's not hard though because you gather this was once a very dense forest, probably a really good magical territory. Now it's mostly on fire. There are huge cuts, streaks, damage to the ground, basically. Loads of uprooted trees smashed into stuff, thrown around, strewn about. There are periods where there's just, flaming craters or gashes in the floor. The trees are all dead and stripped. There are actually some still alive trees, but they're a lot less frequent than they used to be. And kind of as you guys are starting to approach the forest, you can see in the distance on like a slight rise, there's what looks like the Anish Tagash ruins of a castle. I think I tried to say Anish Tagash in there, and I really fucked it up.
As we're passing by trees, Aelius is marking them with a rune.
Okay. What's a good way to introduce the guy, the man of the hour? Well, actually, that's a good question, I suppose. How are you guys looking for Berserker? Are you just going to wander in his space?
I'm gonna acrobatics my way up the tree hole and try to get a better vantage point of where the hell we are. As long as the trees aren't on fire.
Well, it's on fire.
You can find a live
move
tree.
the fire.
Climb up it. Okay. All right. You get pretty tall up in a tree, and like I said, you can see the aforementioned castle ruins, Ainsburn Castle. It looked pretty nice. It had gardens and rooms and stuff. Now, like, one of the towers is knocked over, the roof is caved in, the gardens are all, smooshed over. You have reinforcements, so technically you could reinforce your eyeballs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, you can probably see or hear in the distance just, kind of wandering around near the castle grounds, just stomp, 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 trees shake and rustle. And there's just a very large lad wandering around out there, kind of aimlessly.
Get just a sight of him, or is it just the general sounds of the lad?
It's probably sounds, and you can see like a vague shape moving, but there's too much cover between you and him to actually get a good look at him.
All right, but I have a general idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop down. Hoshi's gonna catch me because she's good at that. And we got a vague idea on where he is.
Good. This reminds me. Yeah, it's still in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's right. You prepped it. You've got two little fireballs kind of following you because you still kept that in the scene.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're ready to set up. Do you want to? The question, I guess, is just how are you going to get him into the trap, as it were? Like, are you going to go to him, or are you going to like try and draw his attention?
Oh, we're gonna try and draw his attention, I think.
Okay. What's your plan?
You remember about the Devram skull?
Yeah.
How he Marie's going to, physically send that thing to just die and bomb let him, Sela described as, the big lad.
Okay.
Like-
So it sounds like you're going first. This is now an action scene. Please assemble your spooky skeleton bomb dice pool.
Kurt, I need to, so it's like, what it goes.
Well, yeah, the thing is that if to do your plan, card should pass to you, but let's not obsess about it right now, because that's the order of initiative.
Okay, let's see. Let's see, before because the master.
You get a plot point because you're targeting a servant.
And you know what? I think it's gonna be 2d4 because technically this wouldn't be able to be this is not d4, a d8 because of my always be prepared and be prepared for that to fail distinction.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Then my magecraft necromancy because controlling the spooky scary skull, and then BD10 sculpts up.
All right.
Let's
see what happens. Remember, it's poly, not roll. There it is. You got 11 in there.
But a D10 effect, not bad.
Yep. 11 with the D10 effect.
Okay. Oh, did you remember your teamwork die?
Oh no, I forgot that.
Add that one.
Is because we know it's a berserker. Is he allowed to add the berserker die even if he doesn't?
Actually, probably. Add a D10 for Madison Hanson B.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Like we know there's a berserker happening.
Yeah, you know he's berserker. You know he's out there. You can exploit it. BGW, this guy's Madison Hanson B.
12 with D10 effect.
Yeah, okay, that's a 12 with a D10 effect.
Yep.
All right, let's assemble his pool.
Alright, you've crossed with the scariest berserker, Beowulf.
Oh god.
Yeah. While Omega is while Omega is you see where Colin his little flag skull gives it some vague directions to where Sela said that the berserker was. They just tell us the thing ram. And then he immediately just starts running in the opposite direction. And he's like, I want to be far away from this scene in case this backfires.
Alright, so
and Hoshia is standing in the front.
So yeah, you just the skeleton just Alright. So this lad has a D10 for Lone Wolf.
I wonder why.
Let's use a D8, strongest in the world.
Okay.
Let's use D12 endurance.
Babe Ruth. God, Babe Ruth.
I mean, that was in the list. Let's use another D10 for medicine enhancement. Let's use Eye of the Mind is probably a good one for another D10.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just.
Let's use another B rank, always active Noble Phantasm.
Oh, I wonder what it could be.
So
Am I missing something?
it's the expected berserker is what you're saying.
Oh, he does have a 1.
Jesus!
But that's a 20.
Oh my. Good, that's 2 ones. And
2 ones though, buddy. If you wanna slap a stunt on him or make a resource or something right now.
4D10.
I only have 3 plot points.
Oh boy! Okay. Okay, crap. I need to double check. How does stunts work again?
So, you can always spend a plot point to add a push die. If you activate an opportunity, the push die is a D8. If you tie it to one of your skills or tools or something and say you're doing something cool, it's a stunt, that's 1 step up. So, in this case, if you say you did something cool because you blew him up or with your necromancy or whatever, you could say, oh, I have a D10 stunt for my next roll.
Yeah, I think I'll pay to give the D10 just for my next roll because Skull would probably try and hit him in the eye, but unfortunately, 20. Oof.
Yeah, so basically you hear Sela, you're probably looking in the smoke, you just see there's a giant figure just standing there. He's just standing there, he's not phased at all. The berserker is undeterred, and then there's just boom, 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 boom. He's fast, he's coming at you hard.
Oh, fuck.
So, Marie, you pass to somebody.
You know what? Just get this out of the way right now. Let's pass the big lad himself.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Okay.
Oh no.
Don't worry, guys. I have plot points now.
Trying to think.
Hopefully, it's the unedited version.
What do you mean by that?
The one without Godhand.
Well, there was this, passive D10 that's always on.
Serious stuff in there.
Godhand, he doesn't even
Not Godhand. The woman that gives him
the Nemean lion?
Oh, yeah. If that guy has 9 lives, you guys
Giants
aren't
burn fucker. Yes. I'm just like, I hope we don't have to kill him 9 times.
Trust me, I have a plan in case we have to kill him 9 times.
Oh well,
Hopefully
yeah.
we don't
I
have
got
to.
some fun stuff that you can do some different things.
Even if it's 9, it's probably 5.
So you pass to the large lad himself, Heracles, strongest
Next
in the world, the Black Giant.
I'm marking next to.
And here's a fun one. You don't need Sherlock to tell you who this is. Penth 100% knows who this guy is instantly.
Yeah, I was.
She sees him come out of the smoke and probably just makes angry Amazon noises.
Her valor compels her, so she must slay him.
Also, he may have killed your sister? Question mark? Or just banged her? I don't know. I don't actually know because that part of Strange Fake isn't written yet.
It's
Those
very
two are
vague,
very
but
different
it didn't end well.
He stole her belt for sure. Luckily,
Possibly
he's not
both.
wearing it in this form because that version of Herc is like extra bullshit.
Alcatraz or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Alcides.
Alcides with his 12 labors.
That's technically not an But
That's real rough.
that
But,
one is definitely Strange Fake bullshit.
Yes,
Isn't
I've got
it
all
not
12
Hercules or
labors. Fuck
something?
you.
I don't
They
know.
did a thing where it's like they've done like
12,
that story
12
did
lives
everything.
is way less bullshit than 12 labors.
Oh, yeah.
Alcides is weird because it's like they've done like 5 extra things to make him even more gross.
They've also changed his class like 3 times.
They need him to be able to dab on Gil, maybe. Possibly.
Sometimes,
Anyway,
not all the time.
Well, here's the thing: everyone in Strange Fake is entirely bullshit, except
well, I think that's the point. Is the fakes are weird, so they're weird, and the true servants are just, hey,
Strong.
what if we summoned really, really bullshit OP servants?
Because we're using
honestly,
entire
Ryder
man.
is probably the strongest of the servants.
So, Berserker Man. Berserker. Crazy. Marit's running away, but Herc is crazy. So I think it's gonna be. I'm literally gonna flip a coin to see if it's Sela or Hoshi, i.e., if it's gonna cost Vespairr a plot point or not.
Basically, because I'm not letting him attack me.
No, let's go with Tails. It's Hoshi. He sees a large Oni lady and is like, "This looks like a fight." So he commences the attack to inflict the physical stress. He's a D10 lone wolf. He is the strongest in the world for a D8.
Let me guess. Yes, A rank strength.
Yeah. A rank strength. Actually, A plus. A plus
Yeah.
strength.
Oh, it's the FGO stats. Nice.
Herc has A's in everything.
Remember when I said
that's from the
Berserk-
Einstein meddling, but
Remember when I said Berserkers were very swingy? Some have really good stats, some have really bad stats.
Hi.
This one has very good stats.
Herc's version is clearly the
He doesn't have A's in everything.
I thought
Doesn't
it's
have
like
an
all of
aim-
his
he doesn't
physical
have an
stats
aim
and stuff
grab.
by his Madison enhancement. So it's like it just shows you post Madison enhancement.
So he's got Madness Enhancement B. We're gonna do Bravery A plus for another D12 because it improves his close combat capabilities. He's not gonna use any of his noble phantasms right now because he's attacking, and he's gonna
I feel terrified now.
He will use his axe sword because he's got his giant stone thing.
Oh, he's isn't gonna actually have the unbreakable one. Okay.
No, he doesn't have his real axe. He's got his weird rock thing.
Oh, it's not wearing any of his armor. Okay.
No, he's just normal as Herc. He's wearing his loincloth and his huge muscles. Because in case you forgot, Herc is fucking huge. He's like 12 feet tall. It's crazy. We roll. Oh, I did roll, not Polly. I did it. Even after I said not to do it, I did it. I did the dumb.
5 points for everyone.
Omega is the fool.
Oh boy, there's ones. There's A1. I did not roll a spicy this time. I think the best is going to be 13 with a D12 effect die.
Alright.
So if he gets you, he's going to get you pretty hard, but he's not very strong.
Just
yeah.
To be fair.
He did not use yours. What's yours? Is it also B?
It's also-
Alright. We'll poly one more D10 in there, just to be fair. Oh, okay. Alright. Now it's a 17 with a D12 effect die. But you get another free D10 because of his Madness Enhancement. So
Yeah, but I wanted to be fair.
No? Alright. That's his move. He's rolled a 17 with a D12 effect die.
Alright.
He does have an opportunity if you wanted to do something with it right now, but you might not. You might want to save that to be invincible.
Can I use a plot point?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna save my plot points in case things get bad. Because who knows? Only a kind of still active, so
Can I use it? Can
To
I
do what?
Can I use a plot point to make a stunt from that, or is that
No,
the
only the targeted roll.
Okay, just
it's gotta So, technically, teamwork is lone wolf because we haven't had time to do anything. I assume.
Yeah, you could do it as lone wolf.
Well, I'm more asking for the sake of...
I mean, you guys made a whole plan. I don't know how much attention Sela and Hoshi were paying attention, but technically you are doing the combo now.
Yeah.
So you could probably do team if you want.
I'll do pair because Hoshi and I were doing the thing to spy, but we weren't really part of the plan.
The whole point was to hopefully make it where if Aelius could do it, to make sure that everyone was rolling d12s when they're fighting Herc, and also maybe him getting a penalty, but probably just everyone getting 12s.
2d12 for strength and demonic power, because we're going for a strength ball right now.
Yeah, he just does a fucking sprinting axe smash, and you're just gonna be like, no, stop it. No.
2d10. Madison hit. My Madison has been his Madison enhancement. We got Oni and Kanabo as well, so that's 2d12, 2d10, 2d8. We have a d8 for a club, which is using to block it, and I'm gonna concentrate with Oni and Kanabo to turn my 2d8s into another d10. So I got 2d12, 2d10, and 1.
Spicy dice. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, 18 d12, but I'm blocking, so I don't think that goes back on him.
Not unless you spend a plot point. Which
Nah.
you could go for a clapback right now, but you might want that plot point later.
I'm not gonna go for the clapback. No one who we're fighting against right now.
All right, so it's the moment you wanted. Also, this is another point to remember. This is technically 2 planes of action. You guys can pass to the other characters at any time. Or
I think it's at you right now.
That's what I'm worried about.
Oh yeah, it is me. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, that's right.
Yeah.
That might work. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, so the scene is just you're sprinting along. He's sprinting at you, and just Hoshi pulls out her club, and there's just it is probably the loudest clang any of you have ever heard in your life. It is just the unstoppable force and the immovable object meet. Sparks fly everywhere. Bits of rock fly. The ground shakes.
Does the temple team hear this?
Yeah, you guys probably feel the ground tremor a little. Maybe distantly on the wind you hear.
For reference, those three are on the stairs, and I'm probably at the top right now.
Yeah, you're probably making your way up to the top, because it's hard unless you literally want to be like, I'm going to furthest Earth from the bottom of the stairs to the top of the stairs.
Well, absolutely.
Okay, that's not very stealthy, though, if you're standing at the top of the stairs. The woods probably means there's not as many straight lines for her to jump from, but means you have cover. You want to be faster, you want to be in cover, basically.
Probably in cover.
Alrighty. Okay. So, that's just, there's the big clang. You see his glowing eyes up close. He's large, but believe it or not, Hoshikuma is actually really, really fucking strong. And she holds him back.
I mean, it's basically two 7-foot tall mountains of muscle. Just had a muscle off.
We have room for
5 feet away.
No. Well, yeah, you guys were on the stairs walking, so your target's pretty good at some stuff.
Father Tomas still has his.
Okay. Yeah, I think it still works out. So I'm going to pass to Archer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
The other group starting the attack before we were in position
Omega's
might not be good for us.
Nope. Omega's doing the thing to us now.
Yep.
So, you guys are probably quietly moving up the stairs as quiet as you can. Mash is wearing armor high heels.
For some reason.
Click, clack, clack.
They don't make sound.
Ooh, okay. They don't actually make sound. Interesting.
Because I think I said this while you were peeing, but
It was definitely.
I would have cast the prayer for safe passage on Mash as well. So she does have a D8 in covert now because she's using her luck instead of any stealth ability.
But here's
I know it doesn't matter, but
here's what Celeste sees is at the top of the stairs. There's just a guy. He just steps up to the lip of the stairs and looks down at you. He's wearing almost kind of like casual clothes, like not like weird designs or anything. Like just he's wearing what would I describe this piece of clothing as? I guess it's just like he's just wearing the vest sleeves things. He's pretty emaciated. You can count his ribs. He's wearing some pants. Close cropped hair. which is white. He's
Even
got
more.
a very in this light. It's a little hard to tell, but his skin seems like blackened or burned, but that could just be being cursed. You can see small flecks of light though, like he's got veins or cracks of gold in his skin.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Here's what Father Tomas sees with his mystic eyes. You know how you described that Tomas's own look to himself as basically his robes are red because they're covered with so many sins?
Yes.
This guy is red head to toe. Like, literally he is painted red to Father Tomas with his mystic eyes. However, he has no fucking idea who this guy is. Like, literally, I think there's no way to actually figure out who this man is.
So, Omega,
Yeah.
what you're saying is Tomas sees a red servant and he wants to paint him.
God damn it!
God damn it. God damn it. But anyway,
Broke the tension.
what I
Damn
was
it.
going to say, I got cut out. It was a Rolling Stones reference. Anyway, what I was going to say is he would know his name. It just would not mean anything to him.
Yeah, you understand that this is
Fuck
Emiya.
Emiya Shiro.
but you don't understand at all. I think the most
fuck
fair
is
way to
that?
say it is just be like, that Father Tomas probably perceives that this guy is maybe a guy like him in a sense, depending on how truthful he wants to be to himself, how much of a hypocrite he is. That this is a guy who started at some point in his life trying to do good, and man, has he done a lot of bad shit to get there.
Oh no, he would totally not perceive him like himself.
Okay.
He's very much a hypocrite.
So Father Tomas understands that stuff I said, but he's like, that guy's not meek at all. What a fuck up.
No, he's basically saying this is someone who once was on the path of the righteous, but is now completely fallen.
And then he just says, Trace on. Two guns appear in his hands, and now he will shoot all of you with his Guns Akimbo special effect. Which lets him multi-attack
Guns
pistols.
Multi-attack.
He has two pistols, he can area attack this shit.
He will not be shooting that.
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. Can you tank area attacks? Because he's gonna attack you too.
I mean, could I take both?
I feel like the way the system works, it doesn't really allow for double, like you basically have to roll twice, and I don't think it's how the system.
You have to basically push her out of the way.
Wait, is Mash still considered human?
Yes, that is
She's
actually a
happy.
trait she has.
If she has a human trait, I can do that. I can
Yes.
interpose for her.
She
If
is
she's
still
not a
alive.
human, if she was purely a servant, I could not do that.
No, she is a demi-servant, she is technically still alive.
And she's also considered lawful good, so I could definitely do it.
But the thing is that this is almost like an area effect attack.
But then I would just say, wouldn't I just take the hit for me and for her?
Well, that's what Vespairr was saying. The system's not really set up for you to be double tapped in a single action.
The problem is, it's like how...
I think the way we should actually wait is you should wait to activate that until we see whether or not Mash is actually hit,
Okay,
and whether you're actually hit, and then figure out with the splitting whether you even need to do anything.
That's fair.
Let's also have to pull up Mash's stats and roll her block. But let's roll for the edge man himself.
Oh, for Father Tomas?
No, for edgy
Oh.
Emiya.
Oh, Edge Boy.
He's going first. Hey, guess what? He has a D10 lone wolf.
For some reason, this is not who I thought it was.
Everyone else thought it was going to be him.
I thought it was him or Billy. It was like one of those two.
I thought it was going to be his father. I thought
Oh, it was Kiritsugu. That would be interesting too.
That's who I thought it was going to be.
I was like, he's only an assassin, honestly.
Yeah, but you could easily write him as an archer.
You could make him an archer too, but you'd probably be like from a different timeline.
Let's go with, I think, Nameless Anti-Hero is a positive right now.
But he's been doing a bunch of this is like that service, but slightly different.
I mean, that's fair, but also
That's
I feel
why
like I feel like MA also is just it's a fun one to mess with.
I think all of these servants are from like they're from the FGO Fuyuki OVA.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Good for her.
just. It was
Perfect
because I think when they made the no, the OVA would have been after Shinjuku. It was just Shadow Emiya, but yeah.
Like the only
so
exception was but Emiya Alter exists before Shinjuku. It was just they probably didn't just want to copy Emiya Alter because he's kind of a very different deal than
Emiya Alter has
than
a specific
corrupted
story
Emiya.
normally, but I think he works in this case, especially as standing at the top of the temple. He's gonna shoot you.
Also, just as mechanically, I assume like Aelius has to like wait till after the fight to like point that XP.
Well, yeah, to know this guy's name because you're not in the scene.
All right.
Nobody knows
That's
who
all I
the
said
fuck
that.
that guy is. But if you talk about it later, yes, you can eat your XP. Okay, he has an A for independent action for a D12. No, yeah, he's got an A rank Heart of Steel.
Of course he does.
A form of mental corruption added by becoming an alter. It is a form of self-indoctrination which allows one to focus entirely on accomplishing the goal and discard everything else, the mentality of a guardian. At this rank, it allows the alter to bring immeasurable strength to bear.
Oh, wow, camo.
So he's very angry. He's not going to use his Noble Phantasm, because that's a little...
God.
Not yet. Maybe when he decides he doesn't like Father Tomas very much.
I'm saying going down.
On NP would just be like, I win. I'm going to win now because everyone's
not
my
NMP, but that NP, yes.
We're talking around it. Unlimited Lost Force on the air tech would be just like is the I win button.
Well, yeah,
put it in a single target.
The thing is that he's using, but it has the burst effect, so some of its stuff isn't good unless he's actually doing the thing. But yeah, the thing is though is he's using Kanjo and Bakia handgun as semi-noble phantasms. They're not fully kitted out with stuff, but he does have a couple of SFX, which in this case, one of them is Guns Akimbo, which basically he can use to area attack.
Okay.
So we add another D8. We add another D8 because they're rated at D8, the two guns, and he's going to use Akimbo to add 2 more D6s because there's 2 extra targets, and he keeps 2 more effect dice.
Oh, so he's not... Yes.
No, they're in the forest. I figured we wouldn't be mean and have him just shoot everybody universally, but just like, no, he's just going to stand at the top of the stairwell and look down at you.
I mean, if you had Nobu, you could put her at the top of the stairs and just shoot the people in the other scene, too.
True.
Oh, but yeah, because everyone just got shot somehow.
Triple line formation.
Oh, it hits everything.
Whoop. Okay, so that will be everybody's going to resist a 20. We will assign Father Tomas a D12 stress. And let's see. I'm not technically using those D8s, but they're very high rollers. Do I want to use them?
I have to ask. Do I even have to ask his line?
It's CE right now.
Okay.
Which I believe is canonically true.
I need to know that for
stuff. Yeah. So we'll assign Father Tomas the D12, and I guess we'll assign both Mash and Celeste the D8 stress, as he just fires a hail of bullets from his magic guns. So all of you get to respond in kind. I will build Mash's dice pool.
I will build Father Tomas's first.
That's fair.
I will be using my personal dice because the dice roller hated me.
Okay.
I will say both these fights are more terrifying than everything before this.
Oh god, yes.
Really interesting, because I thought Darius would be pretty scary. Maybe it's just because Hoshi
barked
him in the head immediately.
Because Vespairr destroyed them immediately, kind of.
You just keep attacking Darius.
Also,
it's because we had to jump on them.
Honestly, one of the scarier fights, if we hadn't done what we did, is Medea.
Oh, yeah. The Assassin Medea would have been spicy.
If she got that first hit off, we'd all be fucked.
He's going to be using the Hammer of Heretics, his Noble Phantasm, which he has.
Okay.
So his little hammer.
He's going to hammer bullets. Adorable.
Well, it's the size of a cross, so it's approximately 3 feet long. He is going to use Distinction Hammer of Heretics, because the dude is a heretic. Like,
very
in
much
every
so.
sense of that.
He's killed like how many cults?
He's not a great guy.
He's not a good person. Even non-corrupted, he's not a good person. Because I think he's still neutral.
I'm double checking that.
No, he's chaotic evil in game. That's why he's chaotic evil right now. Because there are certain other altars who are not actually CE.
That's interesting considering he's a weird dark counter guardian.
I'm going to say, would Oblivion Correction apply here?
Probably. You have no idea who this guy is, but you're going to fight him anyway.
Yeah, okay, so Oblivion Correction, so that's D12 there, D12, and he is going to use Aegis of the Heretic, which doesn't actually add a dice to the pool, but it does step the effect dice.
Okay.
So if he fails, he can get a D10. He has 3D12 and 1D8. Oh, and he's going to be blocking in pair.
Alright.
He's going to be worrying about me and not giving a shit about that.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I will be working in teamwork because I don't care about that.
Yeah, Mash is also using team.
Okay.
Hold on. So I'm building her dice pool. She's got a D8 in team. Using Ultimate Shield as a plus.
Oh my god, why?
Uh-oh. How many ones did you roll, Dallas?
Oh my god.
Dice roller ain't looking so bad now, huh?
Okay.
Guys, the dice roll is perfectly fine. There's no problem with it at all.
Okay.
Shut up.
So that was 1, 1, 1, 2.
Does this have growing dread?
What? No. What?
Defending does not have.
Do you have? Well, actually, I suppose the dice that roll a 2 is that attached to growing dread?
No, nothing he's using right now is attached to
Okay,
that.
all right.
Oh, I forgot one. I have one more D12.
1.
I fucking hate you.
Listen, D12's just swinging.
That is 4 1s.
Okay. So I think I just get to put a D12 in my pool now because I can take all of those at once and step them for only 1 plot point.
Do I get 4
Oh wait,
points?
all the
No,
ones.
you only get 1, but I have to only take 1 die, and I can step it up each time for each one you rolled. So you get 1 plot point, but I only get 1 die out of it, but I get a D12.
How much? What does doing a plot point do to resisting damage?
You could keep additional dice to your total, but you cannot use anything that's an opportunity. So all those 1s, you're not allowed to use those dice.
Okay, so I got a 2.
You die. I think that's exactly how that works. It's a 20 versus a 2. It's stepped up 3 times.
Yeah. Even if you step up, I think you...
I am going to interpose on that.
Okay. So you're
no,
gonna...
wait. Hold on.
That's Father
He doesn't-
Tomas' dice?
He doesn't know who I am. Okay, I actually get more. I get 2 more dice.
Okay, let's figure it
I
out.
keep forgetting he doesn't know who I am.
You get special stuff.
Yes, because my battle continuation would kick in. Thank God. That would be a D8, and
Well, remember, if you're using multiple vanilla skills, you gotta spend plot points to add those.
I am going to be spending a plot point for that.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Okay. Where was I while you were rolling?
God
I was
damn.
just saying MASH
Oh, thank God.
is...
Okay. Alright, so I got a 15.
Okay. So with your effects to
that's
step
2
that
plot
down,
points now.
you steps up past D12 because you lost by 5, but then you step it back down, so you just take a D12 physical stress.
Okay.
As Father Tomas is filled with bullets.
Just a D12 physical stress.
I have some.
So what I was saying with Mash's dice pool, while you figure out what Celeste is going to do, Mash has D8 for team, D8 for ultimate shield, using her D12 endurance A, using self-defense field C for another D8. I was just debating which other skills to use. Probably use mana defense.
I've always noticed the thing when a mega rolls well, something just dies. Or
Well,
almost
yeah.
dies.
Yeah, we can use shield. We'll use mana defense. D8. Mash has a lot of D8s. It's 48s.
That one.
Cannot use NPs. She will use her shield for another D8. So,
Well,
That's not stepped up, at least.
Because sure the world is
well,
typically
so
lower.
here's a funny thing. Mash is a world character, so I get 2 D6s for her 1s. I think I'm going to spend one of those D6s to keep her other 4, and have her tank, just so this doesn't get weird.
Oh, you're not going to be D10 or
I'm
D12?
not going to be tanking. I'm not going to be interposing.
Yes.
Alright, so Celeste is doing what she does best, and getting shot. Because I actually do have quite a bit of things for this. Aberrant Apocryphal Abomination, because I'm a corpse. I'd say pain resistance. Would that kick in here?
Yeah, sounds about right. Even if you get shot, it doesn't bother you.
I have my Master Dice at D4. I have Endurance of rank B, because I'm literally a corpse.
Just to ask, you don't get the plot point because you're using a master die against a servant because you're being attacked by one?
No, you get it every time you roll a master die with a servant.
Okay.
You get plot points because you're in a bad spot. It's bad.
And I have Aegis of the Crusader. Okay, so I have a lot of D8s.
It worked out for
I have
Mash.
7 D8s.
Do you have enough plot points to use them all?
I do. I have 8 plot points.
Okay.
You might want to super clap back on this.
4 on my D4. So at least there's that. D4 Master Dice.
Yeah.
4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna spend a plot point to add one of my dice to my pool.
Yep.
And I'm going to take that with a 24.
All right. So because you use stuff like your ability to ignore pain and whatnot, you just take the hits in your limbs and just like, whatever, I've got new limbs. You're not actually significantly harmed. Nothing vital is hit. You're fine. Mash
Well, It's what it is basically like on all the vital parts, little almost scales pop in front of it because that's what the Aegis of the Crusader does. Because he's evil, therefore I get defensive.
Yeah. So you get your holy protections, and the important bits bounce off, and nothing vital is hit. You get a couple of flesh wounds, so it's not a big deal. Mash just does what she does and just plants the shield in front of her. Pong pong.
Father Tomas is sad.
Father Tomas just takes like one in each shoulder.
Honestly,
and one in the gut.
Point, he probably does break character a little bit. He goes, fucking ow!
Looks like I got you, holy man.
Fuck Kelsey now.
Emia Alter will pass to Aelius because I'm done being rude.
Okay, phew. Because I was worried this was going to go even more downhill.
No. There's only two world characters in the scene. I pulled off the Wombo combo.
But
go for it, Vespairr.
Okay,
we'll go back to you for a little bit.
Okay. Whew. Okay, I still wouldn't really. Do I have to roll if I'm just going to use a plot point to step up a resource into the D12 flaming territory trap?
Still not. You're not stepping up the resource axe. Your point is to create an asset. So you build your pool, and then you use your effect die to make the asset, and then if you like the asset, you can spend a plot point to make it persistent.
Okay.
And then anybody can use it for the rest of the scene.
So in this case, I guess I'd have to make two do it.
Well, you can do it. Why can't you do it? You got magecraft and shit. Well,
yeah,
nice.
Just do it as a pair and borrow his rune magic die.
You can also actually do that. That is an actual
okay, that's what I'll do then.
That's literally in the rules. Like, you can spend you can give another player a plot point to borrow one of their dice. It says in my rules, because masters and servants are the same player, it doesn't make any sense to actually trade plot points, so you can just do that for free, I guess.
Oh, okay, sure, then I'll do that.
So yeah, you can have him just give you rune magic and you do the thing.
That,
and that doesn't eat Koo's action.
That is why you use pair and team dice, so you can borrow dice.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, then I'll do a pair.
So, theoretically, something that could have happened there if Dallas needed another D8 is he could have given Mash a plot point, which I guess I would have turned into a D6 for the Doom Pool or something, but to borrow her self-defense field, because that's the thing she does.
Well, ironically, I'm probably one of the only masters that didn't really need to do that.
No.
No, I'm pretty good at not dying myself.
Pretty good at just not being there, which is actually the best medicine.
Never been attacked, so...
Yeah, I think the only time you've been hurt is when Darius literally bounced your bullet back.
Yeah.
Literally clapped.
It figures. The only person who could damage me is myself, as expected of my own attack.
Okay, so in this case, instead of using any master skills, I only use the thing I borrowed from Koo, or I can use both.
Oh, you can use all your skills, yeah. It's build a pool, and then you add another die that you're borrowing from your servant.
Alright, so first we're going to use...
It's actually a very spicy combo that it's taken us 4 sessions to figure out?
I didn't know that was a thing, so I apologize.
Well, yeah, it's been in the rules for forever, but I don't think we actually looked at it until we were actually looking, because I rewrote some sections.
So only that one skill from him?
Yes.
That makes more sense, because that explains why I built my character the way I did. Because I built my character to have very similar skill sets.
I'm going to mark that.
Yeah, to be like, hey, I'm just going to... Hey, can you just give me your die?
Actually, wait, it's against the world, so it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, you're in this case, you're probably rolling against the Doom Pool.
Oh, God.
I mean, honestly, Herc rolled the nastier pool. I have a D12 in there now, but as we've seen from Dallas, D12 are swingy. So it's D12, D8, 2 D10s, and 3 D6s.
Alright.
Yeah, my 7 D8 did a lot better than my 4 D12s.
Raised through flames.
Listen, D12s are cursed. I know, I've always known this. D12s are... I must be the 5 sides, Dallas. The 5 sides mean the die of Satan.
See, for me, usually D12s are good. It's usually D10s that are cursed.
D10s suck.
I don't know, but I roll percentiles, so D10s for me mean different things. Yep.
Okay, so I have the D12 from Rune Magic, the D10 from Pair, I have the D4 for the Master Die, then the D8, let's see here, Race Through Flames, fire's gonna be even more everywhere.
Nope, that's about right.
Got the Dagger. Actually, can I have the
I should mention, so the scene distinctions, not that anybody needs to use them, but for the scene at Ryudo Temple, there is, like, you probably got like a D8 forested distinction, secluded forest, and probably like steep slopes. In the forest, the actual forest, you've got like burning forest and, ruined land or something.
I did roll an extra D8 because I have a favorite there.
Just covered in D8s.
It does have the prefix burning, so I have bonuses.
In this case, I can also use the D10 from the thing Koo made previously in this roll.
You can use the resource. That's a different trait pool.
Alright. Let's see.
I
1d8.
do you understand? You're double checking. I think this is almost literally like sometimes you guys have done complications attack. I think this is the first time actually somebody is actually intentionally creating an asset and not just going, give me a resource.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's 38. Magecraft Solar, the dagger, and I think in this case, dagger. Okay. Yeah, that's 3. Here we go.
Ooh, 4 D4. You got a D12 as your effect.
17 D12 effect.
Alright, let's see. Doompool. That's a lot of ones I've rolled. I got a 12. I have a 6 on my D12 and a 6 on one of my D10s, and that's the best I got. And I have 2 1s in there if you have any plot points and want to activate opportunities.
What would opportunities work in this case for?
Anything that's in the list. Like, you could, in addition to, instead of creating an asset, you could create a resource, but that would actually probably be worse because those are permanent, but you could, like, somehow make this fire stick with you for the rest of the story, but that would probably still be weird.
I'm bombing this area to make it, I'm making it territory, and it's going to be full of fire that explodes on command.
Stunt, so you could be like, oh, I'm gonna set up a, like, D10 stunt with my, mobile sun I've just created, or my forest of fire. Yeah, so.
Does physical stress stack?
Okay,
so, like,
I think this is the first time this has come up for you guys. If you take a physical stress that is larger than your physical stress, which you can't take, it just becomes the new large stress. If you take it as lower, it steps up 1, which means you go out. So it does not strictly stack, but it does do some overlapping and building up.
Okay, so
I would have a D10 stress.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this case,
I'm
going to...
You've got a D12 effect die. What is this? And you're spending a plot point to make it...
I'm going to make...
persistent?
So everyone's going to basically be able to use...
Yes, basically.
I'm still in the forest, right? How does this affect me?
Different forest.
Yeah, you're in a different part.
Cool.
You're
So
on the mountain slopes.
my own.
He's in Iron Forest.
Good.
Different scenes. So what is this looking like?
Alright. So everyone has this as a thing they can use as a permanent for the scene.
That's Flaming Territory of Runic Boundary. So, like I said, you do some runes, do some rune magic, do some fire stuff.
Aelius takes the engraved rune on the stone he's carrying and basically plants it, like shoves it into the ground, and then almost like a grid network spreads through the entire forest.
A fire,
and then
a fiery grid. Grid of fire?
It's where the fire comes out of the grid.
Okay.
Yes.
It's firing grid.
I'm sorry, that just hit my brain.
He is technically an immortal. And we don't know what he's saying under there. He could be saying "ree."
There's actual vampires.
But did he fall for it? Thunder.
Goodbye, Shiro.
Could I use another plot point to then make a separate thing?
Yeah. You can
All
also make it. Whatever's on the list. There's a list of stuff in the document.
Add a library of it.
Yes, you can include multiple noble phantasm dice if you need them, and that's why.
Multiple different noble phantasms.
Yes, that's each noble phantasm is a different trait, much like skills. So to use more than one, you would spend a plot point to add another one, unless you've got multi-power, which lets you do it not for free, but you know what I mean.
Okay. So
yeah, you mark it down by 1, but you only.
So I can't cast a noble phantasm and then use a plot point to cast it.
That would all be the same rolls, but you have to also keep different effect dice or whatever, or they have to synergize.
For the sake of my rolls, what I'm trying to do would not.
Yeah, if you're trying to do 2 separate things, then yes, you need to either use plot point abilities or if you have a healing SFX, that just happens. You can just spend a plot point without needing to use the die roll to just be like, hey, it's my action.
It's one of my noble phantasms inflicts a condition that then my other noble phantasm exploits as a slayer.
You need to spend a lot of...
That would be 2 different actions.
Yeah, that probably works best as 2 different actions, because there's always the possibility you don't apply the condition, therefore, how would you, use the extra dice? Yeah, so that's it.
One other thing I want to ask you. Silence stops noble phantasms, right?
Yeah, if you create a silencer or an NPC, if you can't speak the true name, you're blocked.
Create a silencer, wrap a chain around a throat.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh. Okay, so if they can't say the true name, you can't use their MP. I forgot about that.
No, that's a rule. Barring certain continue always active types and other things.
Oh, yeah.
Some berserkers have it easy because they just have to grunt.
It depends on what they're doing.
Okay. So in this case, I'll take another plot point to add a D10 stunt because it says I can only do the D10. So
yeah. So and what are you stunting? Like, what's your cool thing you're gonna do? I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Pyro Magecraft related.
Oh, I guess it has to be Aelius specifically. So in this case,
yeah, it's Aelius's next action.
Okay. Sorry if it's taking a bit for me.
You're thinking about resources. I don't know who we'd send next anyway.
Yeah, I also think who actually goes next. Actually, I could probably
Okay.
Can I do the stunt as a complication to another?
Nope.
Okay.
That's usually an SFX to get extra action economy, basically. Because there, like for instance, there is an SFX called DOT, damage over time, which is when you inflict a complication, you don't have to spend a plot point to make it persistent, and if you inflict a complication, you automatically inflict your effect die as physical stress.
Okay.
Like that's one that like some of the really powerful poisoners have. It's just I'm gonna make you poisoned, and also it hurts you immediately.
So using his other hand, Aelius stabs his dagger into the source of the grid, and then the fire from the dagger pumps through the grid, and then the ground beneath Herc melts, and then basically magma tries to melt his feet.
Okay. You're setting up for it. All right. You've got a magma grid stun. Okay. I think that's all your action. Who goes next?
In this case, I think we should probably have Peth come in.
Yeah, makes sense. I will say technically the stunt die is on Aelius, but that means that since Peth is your servant, she could borrow your stunt, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So,
I assume so.
That is a setup thing you can do.
And the territory is also permanent.
Yeah, persistent. Yeah, what's going on? So,
in this case,
you passed to Peth?
Yes.
Just to confirm, okay. Then what did Peth do for her action? Probably try and smash Herc really hard.
Try to stab him through the neck, yes.
And I don't... Yeah, you're divine, so I don't think I can... Well, actually, technically, that's not how God Hand is worded.
So, I kind of wonder if there's a thing I could have, like how the War God, or if I'm actually fighting a Greek hero, it actually has an extra effect, but
don't
worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, X, and also don't try and stack too many different effects all in one skill. Like, you can already hallow the War God to do other stuff.
Yeah, true. So in this case, she's technically lone Luthen. Actually, she's technically of a team, because we're all doing this together. We're all killing her together.
We're all killing her together.
Hopefully.
Friendly fun for the whole family.
Look, everything is going exactly to plan.
This is a plan, yes. This is a plan.
Oh yeah, on your end, it's doing great.
Yeah.
I love the dramatic smash cut. We just, we blew up Herc, he charged, he fought the Oni, we've set the forest on fire, we smash cut over to the temple team, and just Emiya Ultra's just literally standing there going, blam, blam, blam. And we're
Alright, so, shot. Queen of the Amazons.
Sounds about right.
Team.
Yeah, it's great when you guys are all teams.
Yeah.
Team dice.
Yeah.
So I have to be teamed to have to use beat though, don't I?
That would, probably, if you're using assets from other people.
A for strength.
You can pair up.
A for strength. Heroic adversary. B, because he's a hero. A mythical hero. Howl of the War God.
Yeah.
And
remember those two separate skills?
One's their stat. One's a class skill, one's a personal skill.
Are you sure about that?
Alright, just Howl of the War God then.
Yeah. One of those things doesn't sound like a class skill.
I guess definitely all like the unique FGO ones don't matter.
No, that's not how that... FGO lies to you. Divinity is not a class skill.
Divinity's a personal skill.
They did some weird stuff with certain abilities being passives are all class skills, but that's not how this system is written. Just to clarify your at home.
Yeah. Strength. And spear, so not that much. But in this case, I also add the D10 and the D12, so...
Well, are you going to use her Amazon God waistband thing?
Oh, yes. That's actually... I should probably also... Yes, in this case, I should. I should use
a lot of noble phantasms.
I should use God as a War in this case.
Yeah. Punch that
hurt.
Actually stab it.
But that might also... But it's not... Pros, if I do that...
And also, actually, that's a good question. What rank is that noble phantasm?
It is A.
Okay, I will let you know now. He cannot. If you use an A-rank noble phantasm, he cannot God hand it. He cannot.
Okay.
He cannot invulnerable it anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is growing dread though. Let's do that anyway.
He cannot. I cannot activate the invul on
A-rank or higher.
Yeah, A-rank or higher.
I assume I can't step up a D12.
You cannot step up the die of a D12. You're talking about unleash? Yeah. So I've gone back and forth on how to phrase unleash. Generally, it should be written step up or double because there might be circumstances which can step down your abilities.
Yes. So this is growing
if
dread.
you already have a
It might get
D12,
really
you
bad.
cannot step it, so you just double it.
Okay, so this can get really bad, but we'll see how this goes.
Unleash.
Because right now, I feel like we just need to fucking destroy him right now, hopefully.
Probably. He's gotten one swing in. Probably want to take care of him. If you can't actually do all the stress to him, you want to at least give him a big stress so it's easy for somebody like Hoshi to tip him over.
Sure. Let me just finish counting all my dice.
Yeah, access to math.
I have like 5 different things I'm pulling from right now, so...
Well, that's how you build a good pool, is when you have lots of different stuff in different categories.
Yes. And if I really wanted to be even more overkill, I'd link in the chariot, but right now that's not probably helpful, because growing dread mixed with indiscriminate does not help us.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of people all close together in a confined space. It's probably not a good idea.
It's good if it's the opening strike. If it's like, I'm just going to kill you now. But in this case, no.
Yeah, let's not accidentally blow up Hoshi or Sela or whatever with your chariot.
Everyone else, yeah. Yes.
Because Hoshi is very much still right there because she hasn't gone.
Yes.
And Sela is as well. Just want to make that clear.
D10, and then...
Indiscriminate, D12 stress to Sherlock. Oh!
I mean, it's fun.
Behind this rock.
And that's 4d12, I think, yeah.
This does sound like this is your pretty big dick swing, so...
I mean, the setup helped.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is actually creating assets and then having the resources to make them want to see, even if it was not persistent.
Oh, I didn't add it, actually. No, it's 2d12, 5, it's 2d10, 5d12, if I count those.
No, you did roll.
Ah, fuck.
Now you fucked it.
I thought I did it right. I think that's great, because I looked at your bad one, that's why. I can't remember that.
Doesn't that happen?
Oh, shit.
Wasn't it a couple weeks ago that you guys did the opposite in Star Wars?
Yes.
I think so. We've done some accidental typing of poly. Also, occasionally when we want to roll percentiles and stuff, we will accidentally tell it to roll, and it just gets mad. Roll 100 Ds.
That's one opportunity for you too, because Goddess War it has growing dread.
Okay. Okay.
But in this case, I have a 20 of the D12 effect, but I'm actually going to do a thing. I'm going to use a plot point to make sure that's actually 29. Okay. Because otherwise, if this fails, because I unleashed. So.
Yeah, you don't want to add an original rank die.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a D12 right now.
So I like that your opportunity. I will step up one of my D6s to D8, so I have 4 D8s. Okay, let's build Herc's pool. He's Lone Wolf.
So he's got the D4.
Yeah. He's not a minor character. Some minor characters would actually have D4 in their shittiest team stat, which is probably going to be hilarious if we ever actually get to a real campaign. You bump into, like, Shiro's friends. I have a D4 Lone Wolf. Uh-oh. No, his distinction, though, is he's still strongest in the world. I don't need to use Black Giant or Raging Destroyer yet.
Wait, what? What is that?
Those are his other distinctions. Those are all things Berserker has been called. Raging Destroyer, strongest in the world, Black Giant.
Slayer of all of his friends.
He still has a D12 Endurance A.
But when are we going to get the Berserker distinction?
When do we have Hydra Venom Blood as a distinction?
Well, I don't want to tip my hand too much, but I would like to remind you that Sherlock does have the power to make a solution and find a clue.
Oh my god, can you just make Hydra Venom?
If you wanted to shenanigans it that way, you could use Sherlock to find the one thing that will definitely 100% kill Herc.
Dallas, you might want to give it to Sherlock after yours.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So
I'm still building the dice pool for this. Second
Okay.
Battle continuation A for another D12. Because, yeah, back on. He cannot use the invul, but he can still use God Hand as another D10, because that's his damage resistance immortality thing. You're trying to kill him with a spear. He doesn't like it.
He really doesn't like that.
So we'll add a D8. I'm going to give you a plot point.
Okay.
I'm adding my D12 from the Doom pool to add 3 D12s, but I'm going to keep it afterward because I might want to spend it to do a thing.
Does everyone when you use a D12, does everyone get an XP?
Yes, actually. It's good you brought that up. I'm spending a D12 from the Doom pool. Everybody gets 1 XP.
Oh,
in this scene, at least.
Oh.
1. Oh, you're going to, like, rage me? No, I only got 1.
What are you going to do? Default into it.
I think, I have to double check. I think the way it's supposed to work is if you step up a D12 effect die, is it either probably doubles or just it rolls up and I get a whole new D6 in addition to keeping my D12.
Yeah, it has to be like a big deal. It's gotta be a big deal.
Well, yeah, the game literally gives you an EXP because I'm using a D12. I'm using a big dick die. What total you're going for? 39?
I have 29.
29, okay. Sorry, that's the math on your D12, so I saw 30. 29, okay. Alright, dice don't fail me. We got an 11, so we got a 20. And if I spend a D10, I can keep a 9. And then I spend a D8 to keep a 6.
Oh, I should have spent a more hot point to get another one, yeah. And then I could have been 35, yeah.
Is Omega about to completely counter?
I'm debating. I'd have to spend a very large die to clap back with something, though.
Are you tying it, essentially? Which means no one wins?
Well, no, right now, so I spent a D10 and a D8 to keep 2 more dice.
Oh, okay.
So I am well above. You rolled 29. I was able to meet 29, I think, with 3 dice, and then to exceed, I have to do a 4th dice.
I went for this because of how much dice he rolls on the regular.
Right, but you're spending resources, and admittedly, I'm spending resources to make this not do that, which is what I believe X is going for, because he's inordinately scared of the Doom Pool. Yeah, you're about to give me back for Unleash because you failed. So, yeah, I'll spend a D10 to inflict a D10 physical stress.
Okay.
My effect die.
Okay.
I'll counter. Penth goes in for a relatively normal but still superhuman stab, and Herc's got bravery, eye of the mind, all that stuff. He just deflects the spear tip and just counters your force with a punch to the chest. Penth flies back from the momentum and takes a D10 physical stress. What die did you unleash?
A D12. That's why I've tried to go hard on it, but I guess it's I should have put even more dice.
I mean, going for the one shot at the very beginning of the fight when the dude.
It wasn't a one shot. I was just trying to cover because I do be rolling 4 D12s.
You're also using big effect dice is the thing. So
don't worry, actually, I'm about to do a very similar thing.
It ends past D12. Is the thing, which is why I'm I don't want to go out. But now I have 2 D12s in the Doom Pool. You definitely do not want to let Emiya Alter use his Noble Phantasm because now I can use Piercing.
Yes, that is why I'm going to try in one shot.
Hey, I'm gonna turn my 1 EXP and roll plot point, so I have 2. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with all my EXP from now on.
I should have used. Yeah, man, I should have got on even harder. I feel. Yeah.
Why, Axe?
Don't worry about it, Axe.
Don't worry.
It's I gave you a D12, so I just feel bad about that.
Don't. I have 5 dice in here. Now, really, 2 are D12s, but my other 2 are D6s and D8. My Doom Pool is nothing.
I'm about to give him another dice.
Let's go.
Yeah, so pass.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to give him another dice because I'm about to do a skill, which is my body is yours, my pain is yours. Your body is mine, your pain is mine. Which I step Father Tomas's physical stress down 2 and take that amount of stress that he steps up. So he goes down to a D6 physical stress, and I go to 8 physical.
Okay.
And that is my turn, because that's my full turn. So basically start praying and healing him. Yeah. And then I pass to Father Tomas, who is very angry. I'm going to spend a plot point first to say skill, and in conjunction with a Noble Phantasm, I'm going to point at Emiya Alter and say, you here are condemned to die in ignorance and as a ghost to history. And I mark him as a heretic.
Okay.
Which is his designation heretic. Yeah. And then I am going to use my Noble Phantasm. My big one. As Father Tomas spreads his arms, begins to pray. Start swearing. We do indeed pray unto these men, may not remain in the pit which they themselves have dug, but separate themselves from mother of its nature, and depart from Bythus, and stand away from the void, and relinquish the shadow that they begin to convert to the church of God. May they be lawfully begotten, and Christ may be formed in them. In the name of God, may all impure souls who stand before me be condemned to eternal death, as the space around Emiya Alter begins to ripple. Okay.
Just squish him.
No, it sends him into another plane of existence temporarily, as he's then tortured by the Inquisition.
Oh, so you reworded that one. It's not just I'm going to invisibly force you. I'm going to put you in the torture dimension.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It is not actually happening, but that is what Emiya perceives it happening.
Essentially, think of it like from Naruto.
Yeah, essentially it is that. He is tortured in real time for days, in actual time for seconds.
Actually, it's a good question. Is this mental or physical stress?
This is physical.
Okay.
This is his full manifestation. So, alright. Let's do some stuff, because I have a bunch of SFX on. Alright, deadly. That adds a d6. I stepped on my highest dice type by 1, so one of my noble phantasm dice will be stepped down at d10. Avenger, because you shot me.
Yep.
Oblivion correction, because you were an abomination.
Well, you gotta spend a plot point for 2 of the same trait class.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
You have enough plot points for all of it.
I know he has enough plot points. I'm just making sure.
Yes, I am spending a lot of plot points. So, Oblivion correction, Avenger, deadly, rage. I'm taking. What dice do you have to do?
2d6, a d8, and 2 d12s.
I'll take one of those d12s and do d6.
Yeah, just add a d6 back in.
5 d12s so far, 6 d12s, sorry. Double Noble Phantasm dice unleashed. So another d12, 8 d12, 7 d12. I'm going. He is evil, right?
Yep.
Heretic Slayer, Evil Slayer. So 8 d12. This is going to be paired because I just healed him.
Yep.
So he's relying on. He's using Grand Inquisitor, so that's a d10. He's using Grand Inquisitor because he is inquisiting the fuck out of you.
Yep.
Oh my god. I think it's burst.
Single target, yeah. So you're gonna step up or double again and keep 3 dice, but discard your highest rolling.
Yep. Alright, so that is 10 d12.
Yeah, no. Unleash burst is a spicy roll.
10 d12 is 1d8. 10 d12 is 1d8, 1d10. This is
hopefully you roll well.
Yeah, this is I understand this is your big dick swing. I feel kind of happy that I made you actually bust out all the stops. I'll be maybe a little sad if Emmy Alter jobs out before you can do anything fun. But I did shoot you, so.
Okay, so
we might need help for person.
Oh, there's one opportunity. 2 opportunities. No, overall this rolling is actually pretty good. There were 2 1s, but a lot of 8s, 9s, 11s.
Spicy.
I assume you have the Doom Pool for those.
For what now?
Alright.
Opportunity.
I'm going to be paying 4 plot points to add 4 dice to this.
Okay, you're keeping a lot. Wow. So that's 7 total you're keeping.
Yep.
After discarding your highest roll?
Yes, after discarding my highest.
You're making sure. Alright.
No. Sorry, then it would be 1 less than 3 plot points. Nice. That would be stupid.
Right. To keep a die you have to get rid of.
Yes. Alright. So that would be 42 with the d12 effect.
That's a spicy one. Okay. Alright, so you gave me 2 opportunities, and you finished your roll, so we added d6 for rage. I'll keep those other 2 as d6s and step up, so you get 2 more plot points. 2 separate d6s. So you get some refund.
So I'm down 2 plot points. Or no, 3. Down 3.
Okay, this lad. Alright. D10 Lone Wolf.
As the space around Ryuger Temple is just shattering, because the full strength of an EX ranked Noble Phantasm is flowing everywhere.
Yeah. You're giving him the business. He is a... Actually, yeah, no. Let's go with Executor as a positive.
Oh, I forgot about that. Everyone takes a d4. Everyone in the area that is non-evil aligned that can see this happen takes a d4 mental check.
Spicy.
So myself and Mash would take a d4 mental check.
So I don't Mash, he does.
Do I see this? That's a very good question. Am I inside of this?
Far, so I don't know if.
Well, I don't know if you're far, but you do have. The whole point was for you to block line of sight, so I will say you can choose not to.
Yeah.
Devram probably hears a lot of gunfire and a lot of shouting, angry shouting in Latin.
Even if he sees it at a distance, that doesn't really have the same effect.
I mean,
what it's called is horrific physics. It's like what you're seeing is so horrifying that you're like.
I mean, I have a sniper rifle. My goal is to get into line of sight, but not be in his range.
Yeah.
It's your call.
I will take the D4, but I won't give it to D10.
Alright. Oki doesn't sleep. She doesn't see. Okay, Emmy's going to use his Endurance B. Use D12 independent action, because his magic resistance sucks.
Yes, because this is both physical and magic.
We'll use Bulletproof Reinforcement for another D12. I think that makes sense. He is reinforced. Can't use his NP. I'll ask you, is this a thing that he could attempt to block with a weapon?
No.
Okay, so he cannot use his armament, basically. He can't use his gun swords.
Because this happens in a second.
Yeah, it's actually
also a portal.
Well, it's not actually a portal, it just...
It's kind of a time dilation thing.
Yes.
Okay.
What it is described as is he feels everything every victim of the Inquisition has ever felt.
Ow. Okay, what did you say your total was?
My total was 42.
Okay. I'm gonna... Alright, I'll spend a d8 from the Doom Pool on the roll.
I will say, you also get another d6 for the Doom Pool, because it has Growing Thread. And Brother Tomas takes d6 mental thread.
I will turn one of my d6. So I'll spend a d8 out of the pool and not keep it. I will give you one of your plot points back to spend a d12 and keep it. This means that now both Devram and Celeste get an EXP, because you guys are in a scene where I spent a d12. And we'll see what happens. I'm probably still going to get stressed out. No, that's a lot of 8s. Okay, so the highest is 16. I think if I spent literally all my Doom Pool dice, I could keep only 2 more 8s for what's 16 double?
32.
Yeah, it's still like 10 under. Nah, it's not worth it. Okay, so he loses by a lot and is stressed out.
How much of a trauma would that be? Like, it steps up like how many times?
It's past... that doesn't matter. He would take a D4 physical trauma if he was staying.
His mind is broken. Yeah. Because this is physical and mental trauma. His mind and body are broken.
Well, yeah, but it's still because of mechanics. There's no roll up, so it stops at D4s, but it's permanent trauma, which is hard to get rid of, and technically takes it out.
It's sad too, because the secondary effect doesn't actually affect it.
Which is what?
The flavor effect is if you are killed by this, the Grail now recognizes your alignment as chaotic permanently. Because he's already chaotic evil.
Alright, so yeah, he just kind of, I think, just creaks and crumples to the ground. And we'll, I think we'll get to what happens after that later.
I will pass it over to Sherlock.
Okay. Although I do want to say, because your scene is over, those of you guys who have physical stress in the temple scene, step down a 1 immediately.
I have
4.
So
he went back up. Right.
No, that was mental threat. Okay, so
Alright, passed to Sherlock.
Okay. What would Sherlock do?
Well, like I said, I would like to remind you that Elementary, my dear, is very bullshit.
You have a stats on your end, right?
Yep. Well, this guy's supposed I do. Yeah, this would be the chance for her to use this. So, I'm guessing that would be Hair, because he's working off of Murray's sort of exposing this guy to him. And then let's see, that's D8 for the healer. Let's see, D10 for defensive teamwork. D10 for the MP itself. Then the D10 for the MP stat.
A D12 from the field.
I don't think you can actually. Yeah, I don't know. That makes sense.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it doesn't make sense.
Remember, dice are narrative, not. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's about the fluff.
And he would be able to get a D10 from his hypothetical reasoning, though.
Hypothetical reasoning is A+, I believe. It's D12.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said
So
D10.
that'd be 2 D10 and a D12. For him to use his double assassin so that he can do the clue thing. Okay.
Just using a distinction?
Yeah, that's what I already got the distinction of the reveal.
Stat. Repair. That's right. 12 for that stuff. You could use versatile if you feel like you need to split elementary, my dear, but you probably want to not do that yet.
Yeah, no. Not really worth it because, one target.
Right.
And I think that's it. So, beans. Take your D6. Or step one up.
No, I'll take a D6. I need some more chump change so that maybe he can spend invul later.
You want to use a plot point to step it up to 17?
No, I think I'll just keep it at 12.
Okay.
All right. I think this is because you're not using it as an attack or anything right now to be like, I know your weakness, I'm going to punch you. You're like, I'm going to figure out his weakness. So let's roll.
Did you add Herc's Madness enhancement, or that not help?
Nope. Doom.
Yeah, Doom Pool. Not against him.
Okay. What you got as your best? 5, 7, 12?
12. Yeah, 12 with his D12.
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do have a 10 on my D12, and then I have a shitload of 4, so that'll be a 14.
Yeah.
You can spend a plot point to re-roll your pool, though. Sure hit.
Yeah, okay. I'll go for a second one. If they're leaving me 0 plot points, but oh well.
You just got one, though.
Well, yeah, you just get one. Because I already activated your opportunity in your pool.
Oh, I did get 2?
You already had
rolled
0?
1, so you get 1 from that.
Sorry. Brain was just like...
That's fair. We're still working out the math.
Math is hard.
Yeah, keeping track of all of these up.
Well, also, I've said multiple times that your character is extra complex.
Oh, come on!
Alright, you have a lot of plot point, you should make it a 20.
Now he's got 1 plot point left.
Oh.
But he's got a 6 and an 8, so that's 14. That means I don't beat your roll, though. Yeah, Holmes does the whole thing. Use my noble phantasm. It's elementary. And so he looks around, and there's the big flare of light. Herc is suddenly spotlighted. And I think the thing is, like, you're aiming to in this case, it's probably starting as an asset, but you can, here, that would be a D10, I think, because that's your best die. He kind of just notices, there's an arrow in the ground, and Holmes just plucks up a very sinister-looking arrow. Because technically, Herc should be summoned with his bow, but he's not normally. But bullshit, Holmes' powers activate. The clue. I believe this is the solution. As he holds it up. Anybody could take that if they want it. Right now, unless you're going to spend that other plot point, it's temporary. But that makes sense because you've only got 1 arrow. So, so who does Sherlock want to nominate next?
Well, I'll consider the other Steve's over deal, and there's only one person left. That'd be Sela.
Well, no, Hoshi didn't go. So either of those go. But you could nominate Sela to set up Hoshi or whatever.
I'll nominate Sela. Oh, sorry, what?
It sounds good.
Yeah. So, pass it to Sela.
Also, technically, Ko is in the scene, so.
Yes.
I do want to apologize.
Nah, he shot you. That's good. I think I got the reaction I wanted out of it.
It was a very Helsing moment.
I wanted to use that once, and I'm not going to be able to use it against Saber. Because unfortunately, Saber's Catholic. I mean,
if it's the same one.
If it's the one I think it is, he's technically Catholic, so I cannot use it against him.
Yeah, we just established the old CV. It's fair. Honestly, I wanted that response. I wanted you two guys to be at your throats, but you creamed him pretty hard before he could try and get you with unlimited Lost Works.
I mean, I think if that happened, someone would be dead.
Because that, no offense, scared the fuck out of me.
Hi, I'm going to hit you with the D12 burst with piercing. Please die.
What would it look like from...
well, since you beat him, I can actually copy over his stats.
Yep.
No, I mean, Dallas's...
well, to you, it would look like he just was standing there shooting everyone, and then he just fell over.
Just like, there's that weird space distortion.
But what you see is, you basically see the entirety of Ryuji Temple, or rather, the ruins of Ryuji Temple, just like ripple in the air for a second, as time breaks for a bit. Because this is a higher than rank A noble phantasm.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
So, the arrow is an asset, and so is this D12 that happened forever ago, correct?
Yeah. The D12 is permanent for the rest of the season.
But I can't use both unless I spend plot points?
Yes. An asset is the same category of dice, so you cannot double up. Okay. But I'll tell you, the arrow is very spicy.
Except for weakness and everything.
Do I know what dice the arrow is?
It's as an asset, it is a D10. Though conceptual weakness does give you a free push die, so that's a free D6.
Cool.
And it will be. I will let you know narratively. It will be very spicy if you hit Herc with it.
Sela's certainly gonna fucking try.
Because Sherlock Holmes did a whole laser light show thing and pulled out this arrow and was like, "This is the solution." So
it's out of his pocket. It's like, I got it.
I found that on the ground. He dropped it.
There's like a burning quiver in the corner.
So for narrative sake,
Elementary, my dear, is really, really fucking.
Holmes can toss me the arrow.
Yeah.
What do I do with this?
Punch him with it.
All right.
Just do not touch the tip. It would be very bad.
Don't touch the tips.
It would be very painful.
I feel like
For
in this
you.
scene, Ted would be yelling, it's like, burn his flesh with what cursed him.
Also,
But
I think he
alright.
broke a rib.
Probably.
Little
So,
giant.
I think it's also like Pep does not
so-
stop screaming.
so I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Fortunately, I don't have a distinction that works here.
Well, there's scene distinctions. You've got a forest on fire.
Yeah.
I did also say there's basically damaged terrain. There's a lot of damage to the ground that you could use. Or if you want a plot point, I'm sure you could apply one of your distinctions badly and add a D4.
I guess punch versus ask questions later is a bad distinction here because I'm going with a plan. I'm literally asking questions before.
So 2d4, but 2 plot points.
Yeah. I guess pair with Holmes because
Is Pair
really don't want to do a team. My team is a D6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta have a bad one somewhere. I expect most characters are either worst at team or worst at lone wolf. Very rare.
Right.
Interestingly enough, Emio Alter is worst at pair. Shockingly.
Same as Pep.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, though, a rare case where duos are actually your worst. I think, for instance, Vanilla Saber in the Quick Fate document she's best at team, and she's actually worst at. Is she worst at pair or is she worst lone wolf? She might be worst lone wolf. Pair is decent, team is best.
It fits of riders or king characters, where it's you usually had fight soldiers with you.
Okay, so you said I get a free
decent number
push
of these
die
guys
for
are bad at
conceptual.
pair. Yeah, you get a free push die for conceptual weakness, free D6.
Right, so I'm getting 2 plot points.
Actually, honestly, your plan is to punch him, right? To punch him with the arrow?
Yeah.
I can probably make that a free stunt for a D8. That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah,
The world will allow this.
I'm using reinforcement magecraft to be I guess I'm vamping my head as strong as possible to punch this arrow into him.
So reinforce yourself so you can stab through his skin and not break your arm.
Yeah, basically.
Punch.
So 2d4, the push d6, d8, 3d10, and a d12.
And you have a couple of plot points now.
I'm spending a plot point to use both assets. I'm going to spend the second plot point to use another master skill, my brawl, all of them, because I'm fighting. And I'll concentrate my 2d4 into another d6. So I have
Solid move.
2d6, 2d8, 3d10, and a d12. Oh wait, no. Then I get another d12 for medicine. So 4d10. I've got a lot of dice for a master attacking Herc right now.
You're doing a pretty big swing.
Yeah.
This is Rin reveals she knows Kung Fu to Medea, basically.
Essentially. So yeah, I have 2d6, 2d8, 4d10, and a d12. Oh. Okay. There's a 1 in there.
Yeah. Another plot point, if you need it, I will add a d6.
You can get to 21 if you use a plot point.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Use a plot point to make 21 with a d10 stress.
Okay. Let's see how
It's not
bad
D12?
it is.
Because you're not using the D6 5.
Oh, no, yeah, a D12. I didn't realize there was a D6 5. I just
Nope,
saw
there's a
it was
D6 5 in there. Your D6 was
No,
very
yeah.
swingy. It was 1 and 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
so D12 stress, 21.
Okay.
Oh,
This
wait,
might,
wait.
who knows? This could get him. That'll be funny.
I mean, it's fitting. Because, he
you know
got killed through his wife putting his
And-
coat covered in hydrometal on his back.
I used 3 plot points on that. So
Okay,
I'm doing my best to try to be a human fighting Herc.
Hoshi and Pent are trying to hold him down, so maybe.
So he is still lone wolf. D10. I'm gonna actually. I'll step up one of my D6s. I think technically that's not how that works. I have D6 for distinctions. I'll add a D6. He's gonna use Black Giant as a negative. He's a very large target. You don't actually have to hit him that hard to get him with the arrow. It doesn't really matter because everything's very well rated, but he's going to use a D12, I think, for luck. How lucky are you, Herc, baby? Oh, did you add a D10 for his madness?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because I'm about to add another 1D10 for his madness
Why
enhancement.
I've got 40-10 tossed in here.
I think he's going to use another... It's not optimal, but I think Eye of the Mind makes the most sense, rather than Batcon or Bravery, because he really doesn't want to get hit by this.
But does he know it's that?
I mean, he's got Eye of the Mind false and bravery.
Yeah, Eye of the Mind is weird, but he has conceptual knowledge of the battle and what could happen with Eye of the Mind.
Yes. Weird. A natural ability to sense danger, to sense and avoid danger based on instinct or insight. Because it's false, it's not true.
His Herc sense is like...
No, not that again, no. It's like Chiron. If you put Hydra under Chiron, he's gonna fucking try to kill you first.
He doesn't know that exactly what it is, but he's like, that's bad. It's bad juju.
It's a spider sense. Like, he doesn't know
I think
what
for
the
narrative
bad thing
purposes,
is.
he can't use God Hand, so we're gonna skip that D10.
Oh.
I'm only rolling 3 D10s, a D4, and a D12. Trying to catch a 20?
Chance.
20 is what your total is?
21.
21. Ooh, that's probably going to be it. I think the best is 14, because I'd have to spend one of my D12s to keep that D12. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think you got the perfect storm.
That's trauma too, because it's stepped up.
Yeah. No. I think we're just gonna go to the end and just that's it for Herc, because I could Batcon him. I think it makes the most sense that you just eat all of his lives with the Hydra arrow.
Yeah, in fact,
so does it go...
Go. I just imagined that, like, Marie's like, wait, how's that arrow did anything against her? That, snap realization that, it's covered in Hydra venom right as Sela pierces him.
Yeah, Sela just goes for a double, fisted up and goes for a big swing and just stabs him in the back, and it goes in shockingly easily.
I imagine it hits him in the back and it starts melting through his flesh.
Well, yeah, basically there's a meaty thunk sound as you sink it in. There's a split second, and then Herc just goes and starts smoking. Like, literally starts smoking, and just his flesh was already kind of dark, but you basically see it start to instantly necrotize, and he just kind of like he's not like freaking out, but he's almost like halfway between having like a seizure and just it hurts, and just he like curls up and like lets out, and he just his whole body blackens, and then just silently he just like takes like 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps back towards the castle. He dropped his axe thing when you stabbed him because it hurt a lot, and he just reaches out towards the castle and just. I don't think he even, like, fundamentally dematerializes. He just turns to, like, ash and blows away. Just like... a lot of people freaking out going here and there.
Yeah, I ghosted.
Carter said, thanks for having Sherlock, because holy fuck.
That worked. Now, I was thinking to myself, that's probably the one instant win button, is if you use Sherlock to make the solution and then you tag it with the solution. That's probably done.
It works because great heroes always have like some tragic thing that killed them.
Because he could probably go a few rounds with his Batcon and his God Hand and all that stuff.
It's very similar to Achilles, where it's like there's a couple things that would just instantly one tap this person. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, I think just for narrative's sake, Sela's she's the adrenaline has stopped and she just has realized what the fuck has happened.
You notice lying on the ground next to you is his axe sword thing, which is literally taller than you are.
Congratulations, you're one of 2 masters ever to kill a serpent.
Yeah, you just punched Herc's ticket pretty hard.
You just stabbed it with the one thing that kills anything. It's like, holy fuck.
Okay, so yeah,
I think in the moment of like kind of weird silence of like, holy fuck.
By the way, Pen likes to step down her stress once.
Oh, okay. I think Pip's also probably, like, she's just gonna go try to stab his corpse out of spite, but she didn't get to.
One thing I didn't mention is that if you look at Emiya Alder's body, it is completely unrecognizable.
Oh, I was gonna ask if it was covered in the wounds of the torture.
It is a wound at this point.
Yeah, I know. He's bloody and broken and lying in a heap on the ground.
Yes.
Not moving. He's.
I am also not doing so hot, because I have many bullet holes.
Yeah. And you've got a little bit of stress.
That's got a D8.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about that.
When we group up, Dr. Marie will take care of everything.
Yeah.
So, hey, I imagine Mash is probably with Celeste being like, because it was only a D4 mental stress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it steps down to nothing. So after a brief 1,000-yard stare, everybody's okay. Mash probably is like with Celeste, like, is your server gonna be okay? He's taking a bullet wound.
He is also unconscious, I should say.
Okay, he's got to take a nap now.
Yes, using that takes him out of the scene.
Okay, yeah, he took a nap. So I think it's up to Devram and Okitan to figure out what happened to that guy.
Oh, we aren't approaching that mountain.
Oh,
you're
approaching me?
Absolutely not going there.
Are you gonna do a safety shot?
You said the source, it was discussed way back when, the source is underneath the Riggottsi temple area, right?
Yeah, there's basically, you'd find a passage into the grill chamber.
Yeah,
no,
that's where, that's where we're going.
Wait,
what?
Yeah, no, that's where we're going. I saw Emiya Alter go down. I heard Herc fight happening. Communicator's off, because I'm stealthing, so my communicator's always off. And just heading towards the entrance.
You're gonna get dead down there. Anyway, okay, so there's there's no cool scene where Emiya Alter can decide that he likes to cut a Devram's jib and gives him a magic bullet.
Nah.
I mean, that'd be interesting. I don't know how you get to that, but yeah.
I mean, we could always throw the Stirth up there. It would be a thing.
So I assume the scene ends basically with me calling you a communicator strike.
Devram?
So in the forest, I want Aelius to like.
Later, I just go, oh goddamn it.
So that I wanted to get the forest like Aelius to give a hand to Sela. I'll forget up.
Oh, it's been muted for a second.
I'm going to be energetic. By that I mean I pass out.
Okay.
So the only person conscious on the temple team is Mash.
Well, she can cover it, hopefully.
I'm not actually passed out. I just look like I'm passed out.
Miss Celeste, fine. Mash probably throws you over one shoulder. She does not throw Father Tomas, but drags him at least by his feet. Or not by his feet, by his head. So his head's not bopping. Yeah. And just clunks her way up to the top.
If I see that, I'm like, no, I actually do get up at that one. I'm like, no, I can walk. I was going to try and heal.
All right, maybe we should do that on flat ground.
That's fair. I just walk further.
You guys get to the top and then just like probably get to see the last remnants of the archer's body shed this immortal coil, and just like it's a little freaky. You feel like you see like gold, like almost gold runs like kind of go out of his skin and try and like pull him back together, but he just doesn't have enough energy and just dissipates.
I wonder how much of the Inquisition in that dimension he killed.
I don't know.
Probably a lot of them, but they still
Luckily, at least he didn't get his origin bullet off.
That would have probably just erased
can somebody, while we're taking basically a wind down, somebody give me that document so I can post these guys' stats? Well, just post Emiya Alters, really, because Herc is literally the one in the core book, the example. I made no changes to him at all.
I will get right to that.
Because he could... he did have 9 lives. He didn't actually... I didn't want to pop it right away, so he didn't get to use it to attack anybody. The fun thing about 9 lives is that's not actually his immortality. That's his...
the 9 lives is his natural ability to turn any weapon he holds into a weapon that can kill the Hydra.
Yeah.
I can never remember what the...
Yeah, it's weird. His Noble Phantasm names should almost really be switched, so... God Hand is the 12 labors is the immortality. He did have that. You guys just used a lot of attacks that he couldn't tank on. Funny how that works.
He's in the actual core.
Yeah, he's just in the core. He's in the example. I used literally... So honestly, it's good that you did not send Father Tomas, because his alignment would have been Chaotic Madness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still could have done that.
You could have done the stuff to him, but it's Herc, and also he starts with Chaotic Madness and just be like,
It also would take me an extra turn.
Yeah.
It's basically by virtue of Emiya Alter being already chaotic evil, I didn't have to change the line.
No, he was a bad man, and I gotta be real. That's, I mean, it's kind of the worst thing, but also probably not the worst thing that's ever been done to him.
Yeah,
no,
but
that is definitely the worst thing.
Oh my god, everything that
unless you want to count Kiara nonsense, but that's the whole other thing.
God, he's fucking
every
terrifying.
single person that the Inquisition ever tortured, hundreds of thousands.
So, just looking at the stats, I'm kind of happy we did that, because otherwise that would have been like a terrifying slog, or like a kind of like drawn out fight. To be like, oh god, we might just lose it every turn.
No, he's a big lad.
I will. You get a little thing on your walkie-talkie.
Did we get to skip over the bit of like Aelius trying to?
No, you said that. I think Vespairr was muted when you actually said that. So I don't know.
I was here when it happened.
So
okay.
do you have any? I guess the question is just, does Sela have any response to that, or just you take it?
Sela is still out, just on Hoshi's shoulder right now.
Okay. She's just taking a 5. Everybody's taking a break.
You've done quite an amazing job. You've done the remarkable.
I will call Da Vinci, actually.
Boop, boop. Hi, Da Vinci Chandes.
Da Vinci?
That's me.
What do we know what do we know about our roguish friend?
That's a good question.
Devram, what would Da Vinci know about you?
Da Vinci knows that I am a mercenary who has traveled around, and I officially only hunt beasts. On any records you find, Devram hunts magical beasts for mages, or that mages have created.
Yeah, she probably gives you the canned version of that, like the Team A cutaways, just like, yes, Devram, whatever your other names are.
Yes.
Da Vinci would know, because she's omniscient. But, yeah, just gives you his resume, basically.
She's not omniscient, she's all-knowing. Slightly different.
It is slightly different. But her noble phantasm is called her omniscience.
Oh, no, yeah. That is...
It's funny.
Yeah.
That would be... Running through Camelot version of this would be really interesting, where Da Vinci tags along for no reason. Hi, yes, I'm going to use my magic.
Destroy everything.
It appears he is on
Robin?
That's me.
Okay, cool, I get to stab someone. It's a joke. Oh boy.
Well, we're sensing him and his servant at the mouth of the Grail Cavern.
Here's the thing about that. If you're sensing, Okita Alter shows up back in the scene. Hello. And she mentions, Master said he was going for a walk to look around.
How bad of a liar is Okita?
She's not lying. That's what I told her to
say. Yeah, I was going to say, I think her lying ability is non-existent.
It's more of a question of how gullible is Okita Alter, and the answer to that is very.
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
She's very she does anything her master says.
I mean, she's a counter guardian, so she probably thinks to herself that, like, I hope he comes back soon, because, man, we gotta really take care of that Holy Grail thing. Pretty sure that's what I'm here for. Sadly, there was no interesting interactions between Amia Alter and Okita Alter, because that would have been fun.
That would have, but I don't know.
I have no reason to disbelieve. I have no reason to disbelieve Senor Devram, so I believe that he's doing it.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though. Where are you guys? You said I think at this point your guys' plan is to reconvene in the chamber, basically.
Probably, yeah.
My servant needs to take time.
Yeah, we need to probably.
There'll be a downtime scene, but your point is to, like, you guys are going to both eventually make your way into the Grail Cavern.
Yeah, we're going there, but my servant needs at least 4 hours to not be unconscious.
Ooh, a spicy narrative 4 hours. All right.
A lot can happen in 4 hours.
I also think Pent is. I think she needs to get out of her system, and she's just stabbing and rubbing her foot over the ashes of her because she needs to get this out, or she's just going to be angry.
Pent punches some trees.
So the thing is, my noble phantasm has 12 SFS. I didn't do something. It has 6 limits.
Yeah, it's a spicy one.
It is literally like if it was animated, that'd be like the big Sakuga moment.
Well, no, it actually wouldn't be. It'd be very disappointing because it literally happens in 1 second.
I mean, they show it happen.
No, they would do the Sukiyomi thing and show the negative image.
Yeah, it would just turn it into torture. Like, it's people getting ripped in half, people getting...
yes.
The Sakuga moment would definitely be Sela stabbing the fucking arrow into
as his body melts
back.
That would be the epic moment.
Yes.
As the music swells.
Or to be an anticlimactic backstory.
It turns out that all the work I did kind of didn't do much.
It definitely...
I don't know if you guys heard that. There was a very loud crack of thunder outside.
Yes,
I think the thunder's coming outside of me. Did it show up?
I don't know. But for me, there was a very, very loud boom, so you might have heard that over my mic.
So either Kirk appeared in real life or thunder happened.
It's fine.
So I have posted Emi Alter stats. I think since we are all in a recovery moment, we'll probably take a quick break and step away. We're recording for about 2 hours.
We might actually have to like prepare for the final fight. Man.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to build up. And what I'm probably definitely going to do when I come back after a stretch and maybe a look at the weather. And don't worry if I go away. That probably just means my internet went out or something. But I have battery backup. So and we've set up what we've done out to do. I think I want to do probably a little more roleplay stuff and stuff.
I think we've got some talking to do. I feel like
because I don't know if you guys want to rush into fighting the boss.
I think we need to decompress after all that, and I think maybe
the question is on my mind is what's up with Devram, but like I said, I will take a break and step away from it for a second, so everybody can think about downtime and recovery and stuff.
Yeah. God.
Also, if someone had said it, you'd say, "Oh, it was an altered version of Emiya," and you'd say, "Who the fuck is Emiya?"
It's just a mechanical.
Technically, it's for his milestone is to get the true name.
No, I understand, but it's literally he would actually just be like, "Who?
Who's nobody."
Who's nobody? Emiya?
In this timeline, he doesn't matter.
No, in most timelines, and even in our timeline,
in every timeline that's canon, Emiya is a nobody mate.
Yeah.
Some podcast people would give a shit about him because he has a reality marble.
If he showed up in like the campaign idea Omega had, it would matter.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Honestly, normal Shiro is more important than Emiya Shiro.
Yeah.
Because he killed Gilgamesh and is an incarnation. Because that's
yeah, he got a lot of fun stuff going on. But yeah, no, Dallas was right, especially because you guys actually let me have D12s. He could have pulled off piercing. Unlimited Lost Works could have punched somebody's ticket, or at least taken you out of the scene.
Yeah,
God, that thing is scary.
I'm afraid of archers, personally, because I know from Fate too. Archers are dumb and not fair.
Part of it.
Why do you think I wanted one?
Like, with fucking, like, I can't think, like, half of the servants, when you did the podcast of, like, who could beat Gilgamesh, half of the servants I thought in my head and wrote down in the comments were also archers.
No, and I think a lot of the ones were like it was mostly night classes, and then a couple weird exceptions.
Like Arjuna, Nobunaga, that whole.
Well, yeah, you've already heard. Omega doesn't subscribe to the theory that what Nasu says in an interview is canon. Just because Nasu said that something is that way doesn't mean that that's how it works in the fiction. But that's okay. Nasu doesn't care. Anyway, I am back. We're gonna chamber channel. Let's put up. I was already recording. That's right. I'll run it back. We were on topic the whole time. I was also going to say that it did suddenly get very stormy for me, so I don't know if it will cause any problems. If there's another huge peal of thunder.
So
it's also like storming on my end.
That's it. That's the end.
No, I wasn't gonna 100% wrap up, but I'm gonna be like, we should probably not go too long because I might suddenly explode.
So we aren't fighting Saber Alter.
Probably not right now, no. Not unless, because I was immediately going to go, hey, what's Devram doing? Unless Devram is like, yeah, I'm going to go try and steal the Holy Grail.
He's talking to Saber Alter right now.
Holy Grail. Devram doesn't give a shit about the Holy Grail. Not that you guys would know that.
Fair. But no, like, if you're like, I'm going to touch the shiny thing, then Saber Alter's going to appear behind you and unsheathe Excalibur. What's up? What's happening?
That exists. That does exist in the game.
In this campaign.
No, I mean, yeah, Heroic Servant Omega exists.
So can one of the enemies bullets have gone through my hand?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because I wanted to destroy two of my enemies.
Ooh, an interesting one. Also, that reminds me, nobody's actually used command seals. Maybe next time.
I was going to, but we never got to that point.
I am ordered to save them.
Well, yeah, no, you got a reason.
Haven't had need to.
Yeah, it's sure. If you want to narratively have damage your command spells for narrative stuff.
Someone may be trying to pull a shenanigans.
That will be very interesting. In case
someone might be trying to pull shenanigans.
It's too bad Archimedes caster didn't exist and Mary didn't roll him because he literally can fix that.
Oh, he can add command seals?
He's got an EX ability to fix anything that involves a formula, and it's because it's EX rank. This includes Magecraft magic circuits and magic crests. So,
oh my god,
yeah,
that sounds amazing.
Repair command seals.
That sounds like the wet dream of many
mages. Worst enemy.
Yes, but the thing is that it notes in this skill description, it's literally useless for combat. It is only to understand and fix.
But it's like...
It's surprisingly more useful than you think.
I discern their magic crest. He's just like, no, you didn't.
No.
Fuck.
In case you didn't know, I'm Archimedes. I am literally the best at math. Also, I have a death rate.
That'd be fun to see them talking. They'd hate each other so much in a fun way.
Probably, because at least right now, Archimedes doesn't have a natural genius ability, but his ability with math is crazy good.
Well, he's like a poly. He's one of the polymath.
Yeah. He does, however, have a rank rapid casting.
How does rapid casting work in the system?
Oh well, you'd probably just use it to be like, I'm using my magecraft and I'm also rapid casting because I'm really good at it.
I'm a Vika bread. I use it to summon the golem in front of me.
Yeah.
You know that thing I do for what it makes sense? What it would make sense to me? You know that thing I do where I pay a PowerPoint skill and my noble fan will probably let you do that without a PowerPoint or something.
Well, you don't have to do a PowerPoint to skill on Noble Phantasm, just raw. Those are two separate trait pools. But you use your skill to apply an effect immediately without rolling, and then do your Noble Phantasm, which is a legit PowerPoint use.
So, I get a question on how command skills, because we haven't used them. Do we have to use them on the Master's turn? And
no, I don't think so. I think they're narratives.
Master, I guess, since we haven't used them, haven't had to use them yet, I just want a quick clarification.
Oh, but what I probably would have heard with
No, it's a narrative thing, so there's no real requirement that you, like, I'm going to spend an action to spend my command seal. Like, if your servant is doing something, because you're all one player usually, and you wanna belt out the Quetzalcoatl don't lose and burn a command seal, you add a D12.
I have a chat with, like, the whole name thing and everything.
You can do the other stuff of, like, don't die, and they're open-ended, but basically anything you see anybody do command seal bullshit with, you can do. Like, unseal a Noble Phantasm that's sealed, immediately recover from physical stress or something, or trauma, whatever.
Or just a flat-out, don't do this thing.
Yes,
and
it counts as a D12 complication if your servant tries to do that thing.
Yeah.
So if you ordered a servant to kill themselves, how would that work?
Well, probably narratively they would just die unless they had abilities to be like, I'm gonna roll to not do that.
Well, like what happened where, theoretically he has battle continuation, so he probably would try to use battle continuation. It would basically be him rolling against himself. It would be weird. But, like, he has battle continuation, which is why he was still able to, like...
Right, he took a mortal wound, but it's like, yeah, but I can keep going.
I can keep going, and I'm gonna be very spicy.
You'll be a little spicy right now, Mr.
I guess
Turkman.
Celeste would have to order him to judge him for all of his own sins.
Anyway.
You know what? I guess that would depend on if Tomas himself is... That's the thing. She probably doesn't.
The problem... well, the thing is, if ordered by a command spell...
The thing is, what I had it narratively down, if I had more than one, I could basically destroy his spirit form, is what I was doing.
So you want to make sure you can't do that into one as one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want him to try and murder me. Because I am a crazy.
You could do that without
the command seal. We've already been working on that setup. That he's probably going to try and shoot him. So I think the point is, before we do any other downtime stuff or plan building between scenes, is just, Devram, what are you doing in the hole?
Yeah. So the tracking magic that Caldio uses, does Devram knows how that works?
It's not tracking magic. They are observing you with Sheba.
So they're
and if they stop observing you, you paradox out of existence and explode and die.
All right,
like you need to. Like it's anchoring you.
But they cannot. If your communicator's off, I'm pretty sure Da Vinci can't see what you're doing. It's just like, yes, no, Devram exists, and he's
there
in the Grail room, maybe.
All right, yeah, I'm heading down.
All right,
taking a look.
You know what the cave looks like.
Yeah.
It's big, it's large, it's out of control. And so Devram probably sees in the distance of this giant cavern that is so huge for some reason, there's a big glowy ball, and you probably see a very tiny figure standing in front of it with a sword planted in the ground, just waiting.
Big glowy fun ball.
Just waiting.
Black armor, everything, red lighting.
Yep. Definitely very darkly colored from this distance. They're back then, so.
I'm gonna laugh at someone else.
If it was, I'd give it mega props. I'll give him like
no, because if it's someone else, then I should not have done that.
Here's the thing. So, yeah. How is Devram gonna know who it is?
Devram is European.
Yeah, but if it is that person, how would you tell?
Yeah, how can you tell this person that you're told is a male?
It was a random woman.
No, that's not how that works.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you got a rifle?
Thing
You
where
gonna scope
everyone
them
thinks
out?
he's a male.
I got binoculars. I also just have really good eyes.
It's true, you do. You're keen-eyed.
I'm definitely not going to pull out my
For the
weapon.
players at home, I will make no mistake. It is Saber Altar.
Yep.
But for purposes of what Devram sees, you see the whole thing. It looks like either a woman or a young boy. You're not sure. Mask over the face, so the eyes are covered. Hair up in a bun. Black armor, black sword. Very Black Knight looking.
But is she eating a burger?
No. There are no... unfortunately, someone has destroyed all of the burger places in Fuyuki on fire.
I imaged they have been destroyed, but they have been emptied.
I got the burger. Oh, he's gone.
This is not the fun Saber Altar. This is the boring Saber Altar.
I know. But
It's just
Well,
it's
don't say
century
that yet.
of it.
She hasn't done anything. You don't know how fun she is.
Fun in your way or our way?
Very much my way.
So,
I know a bit about... I'm betting this is not FGO Saber Altar. I'm betting this is Heaven's Steel Saber Altar. And if that's the case, we're going to
Oh, what extra skills does she get from that?
Well, the thing about
Yeah,
Heaven's Feel is she's plugged into a Grail, so she gets
You know who-
unlimited Excalibur works.
Oh right, I forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think she's exactly that one, or else we're just dead. But
we can't really do anything about that.
Yes, no, that saber would just kill us all.
Anyway.
The only reason that they didn't die in...
Anyway.
Well, I think at least in one case, everybody has looked at the footage and seen that she fights Herc to a standstill.
yeah, she's pretty good. I'm not hiding, by the way. I'm just walking towards her.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah, nothing.
Kokokita can save your ass if she tries to cleave you.
It's probably when you start getting within speaking distance.
Yeah.
Saber just shouts out and is like, honestly, it's Saber. It's probably something like, "Hark! Who dares approach the seat of the king?"
I hold no intentions of interfering with you or your holy grail. That's what I'm going to say.
Tilt.
I hear you're the head of this here area, so I assume you are therefore smarter and easier to reason with. Would that hold true?
I am the king.
The
Probably
king
like kind of pauses and thinks. I will permit you an audience. Speak, knave. She's very rude.
Knave.
King of tyrants, dude.
You know what? That's fair.
Charisma E. That is an actual fact. Being altered ranks her charisma down to E.
Devram feels no attraction towards this sassy lost child.
I mean, if she's a woman, she's the size of a Japanese woman, so...
Anyway.
5 foot flat. Anyway, continue the scene.
Okay. Now, it's very, very... Wording here is very important. There are certain beings here that should not exist on either side. I would wish to assist you in destroying them, and then I will peacefully step out and let the fight resolve itself.
But you claim to betray your allies. How can I trust you to not betray me?
When did he ever say the word ally?
I know, but she's saying it that way.
I am choosing to destroy the greatest threat to all for the sake of all. If you must deceive your allies to save their lives, is that not the most noble task?
It is true. Great works can be done through harsh means, because Saber Altar is lawful evil.
This fairy speaks true.
You remind me of a certain man. She kind of looks up and be like, a pity. I think he has been defeated.
That's a shame. I would have liked to speak with this one.
I am now the only servant remaining. All spirit origins have returned to the Grail. Your allies will come. Whom do you say is a threat to my realm?
There is a certain pious man.
Oh, goddammit.
Okay.
A young mage of fire, whose ambitions outstrip his usefulness.
You're gonna preemptively stab Axe in the back. Great.
Okay, great.
Devram has a very good connection with the underworld. He knows when mages shim-sham their way up the ladder.
Hold on. I have something I need to post.
Aelius' sisters died in that fire because they wanted to make an elemental, and it went horrible.
Hold on.
You say that like we should know these things though.
No, I mean that would make your distinctions and stuff have been that you are also a shifty backstabber like Devram, which unfortunately is probably coming against you.
Yeah.
Curse your son, but inevitable betrayal.
I didn't expect Robin to betray me for this. So.
I knew someone was going to betray someone.
I mean, I was expecting earlier, you literally said when Devram fucked off, like, oh, maybe I get to stab somebody in the back now. Like, it's a circle. It's funny that technically, in fiction, Devram is betraying you first.
I was making a joke, because I knew I'd probably never get
to I was
it for
definitely, as soon as we put down Saber Altar, Father Tomas was going to start killing people.
Oh, well, it's going to be very interesting. And so,
my two options were at the end of the scene to just murk Father Tomas while he's on the ground, or go here.
That's fair. You could have also talked to Emia Alter. Maybe he would have been like, hey, I don't like that guy. Take my bullets.
Yeah. It's a shame that I was at the bottom of the mountain.
Well, you were in the woods.
You put yourself there.
Yeah.
Still. Anyway. So basically, she kind of just looks at you and says,
as much as this land is blighted, letting them have any sort of power proved catastrophic to all.
Which is very, very, very fair in Father Tomas's case. Yeah. As his wish for the Grail would destroy all of reality as we know it.
I know what mages want. The root? No, you're not getting there.
That is also.
She probably kind of nods fairly, haughtily, and be like, it is my purpose here to guard the Grail. You of Chaldea come to seek it, and so I shall destroy them. If you wish to destroy some of those among you who are unworthy of the Grail, that is your own business. If you do not seek the Grail and you have no quarrel with me, then my sword shall not find you.
I wonder if it even counts as the secret of the singularity now.
Oh, there's some secrets.
Okay. Did we miss something, or is it not yet? Okay.
Then we have come to an agreement, have we not? All right.
Very well. You should leave this place. It is not for you.
No, Devram heads out. He puts two fingers in the air, goes, peace, and then moves.
Probably the reverse shot of the scene is Devram looks away, Saber Alter holds up two armored fingers and kind of looks at them like, huh?
I now feel like Devram could probably summon a Saber Alter in another timeline.
I mean, if he had, that would probably be a major story resource to, flip one of them, but I don't think that makes sense.
I mean,
you
in
still
another
have a
timeline.
contract, too. It's going to be very interesting, because Oki probably is going to want to... In character, Oki would probably want to stab Saber Alter pretty hard.
I wonder if she can know...
Devram has only agreed that he would not make moves.
It's fair. You're going to play the letter of the law card?
Yep. Devram has made very specifically worded his statement.
Yeah, I out of character, I kind of got that when you said I have to be very careful with what I say here.
Yeah, if anybody was trying to read into intentions, shifty. That's my distinction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Saber Alter. She probably trusts you about as far as she can throw you. Though she can throw you pretty far.
She can throw you pretty far. I was like, that's a lot of trust.
No, but you are a puny common knave, and if she needs to, she's got a pretty big dick swing at Noble Phantasm. She could probably, snuff you out like a candle.
She can trust you as fast as she can kill you.
That's for sure.
So if you basically rolled up to her and said, "Hey, I want to shoot my own allies, and then I won't shoot you back. Please no kill," and she was like, "Okay." All right.
I guess I can't call you Kodomine now.
We'll see how this plays out like that.
I would just want
An interesting proposal. Let's see how this... It's a bold strategy, Con. Let's see how it plays out.
And juxtapose that with just our smash cut of the camp where everyone is relaxing. Celeste is just with Father Tomas slumped over in a corner, probably unceremoniously. Celeste just looking at Mash got any threes? Playing Go Fish.
After Marie has dug bullets out of her again.
Sorry. He had lots. He shot everyone.
At least this time it wasn't our team's faults.
Yeah, it's just okay, so...
Aelius is making shapes out of the fire.
I kept all of my limbs this time.
True, I can't get with that, but still, how many times... But seriously, how many times did they get shot in this mission?
I feel
he was very rude. What's your last name, Marie?
My last name?
No.
Like Imtep.
Yeah.
Like,
Mash is probably like, he was very rude, Mr. Imtep. He had 2 guns. Who does that? Who does that?
I could think many people.
Devram sneezes while walking up the tunnel.
Though it should be noted that Mash tanked it with her shield, which is immaculate.
Yeah, but Rich actually looked over to the shield, like still, it didn't take a scratch.
It's very robust. I think it's my noble phantasm.
Yes, I was going to try and work with. I was actually going to try and work with Matt to try and figure that out. I think we need to get you to be able to.
Yeah, you guys can probably talk over that. I'm trying to remember what does Ku actually say to get her to do the thing.
Doesn't he just try to beat the fuck out of her?
Well, yeah, he has a conversation about how you use your noble phantasm, and then at the end he's like, "Here, let me show you, Wicca Man!"
And then there's some random mooks because it's FGO.
Yeah, you're right. There's some skeletons for no reason, and then you fight Ku, and he's like, "You've done it, good." And then Mordred does the same thing later in London, where she's like, "Let's see how good you are. I'm gonna fight."
Bonk. She basically forces Galahad to actually wake up.
Well, yeah, because Mordred knows who Mash is. All of that story.
I mean, honestly, so does Sherlock, which I'm not going to touch that one.
Oh, well, yeah. No, Sherlock probably knows who Mash is, but also, much like in Camelot, he's like, I can't tell you. I know, but I'm not supposed to reveal it.
Wait, a Reed could just force him to a command seal.
Yeah.
That would be very awkward. Let's unlock Lord Camelot in Fuyuki.
I mean, why not the one shot? Kind of.
But wait a minute. Like, Mash, you said that you still don't know who, like the spirit that you're bonded with, nor do you know your noble phantasm, right?
No, I don't. I'm not sure what my noble phantasm name is. It has not been revealed to me. Rick looks over to Sherlock, you probably know the entire time, but you're holding back on us, aren't you? You saying that out loud to him?
Yeah.
He just kind of puffs on his pipe and says, "It wouldn't be proper. Young Miss Kirilight's noble phantasm and true name will reveal itself in good time, I believe.
In like 5.5 singularity.
It'll take 5 minutes. Yes, 5. Smash cut to literally a year and a half later.
I mean, technically, it only was 4 or 6 months in actual time.
It wasn't that. Yeah, it wasn't that long in story, but it was still a decent.
Well, I don't know because it's roughly real time. When was Camelot?
It was less. It took
Camelot was just before anniversary, so it would be about a year.
Yeah, it's less than a year because the whole of part 1 is supposedly an entire year.
Yeah, it's true. It's a little weird, but still,
it's like 8 months.
There's a little bit of timing.
Well, yeah, it's because they stack 2 of them right off the bat, and then the rest.
Also, Babylonia is Solomon is literally right after Babylonia.
Well, yeah, that's the end scene of Babylonia is Gatia being like, "Oh well, you done did it now. You done did do it now."
I wonder.
Okay.
So in the next episode, we all betray each other, shoot each other, and Saber Ultra wins.
I don't have a gun yet.
Well, at the very least, Saber Alter won't immediately just be like, "Yo, dog, Excalibur, I'm gonna area attack everybody."
Fuck. Anyway,
I think I should probably just immediately open the chariot, make a hole, like a second tunnel.
It wasn't actually done with what I was saying.
Yeah, but no, what you're saying, great.
Yeah. Okay. So unless I use a command seal to force you to do this, which that'd be a waste of command seal. I want to save that in case we run into something later. But you think maybe you and who could help her with the whole finding out what she can do? If anything, teach her what to think, feel, whatever it is.
That could help
because
too.
I saw what you did back against Heracles. By the way, good job fighting that arrow. But
it was elementary, my friend.
You guess I get the feeling every time I compliment you, you're going to say that.
Yes, Watson. Yes, of course.
It's my thing. It's kind of the thing I do.
Oh, you're the Watson now. I mean, you also are a doctor, so
Yes, it's being pointed out. It's still. I think while we're waiting for Devin to get back to his walk, we should at least get Mash to be able to unleash whatever she can with the shield.
As we've made a camp in the entrance of the cavern.
Yeah, Sela's finally awake now. She's finally just gotten out of her a stupor of just.
I'm kind of imagining that actually no, it's probably better this way. Hoshi probably gives you the lap pillow and is just standing there drinking. Just, you okay down there, boss?
I could use the Master Mind method you used to teach me.
What?
That was backwards as hell.
I just punched the servant and killed him.
Yeah, with a
You did just stab him with. You did stab Heracles with
Nice
the legendary venom of the Hydra. I assume it had to because it's the only thing known to melt flesh upon contact.
Oh, it was Holmes will probably go through like a 5-minute exposition that I don't want to recreate, but yes.
I'm saying you are probably one of the only humans to ever kill a servant. I don't imagine there could be another person on that.
Sela's hands are just like shaking is an understatement.
Good job.
Just
Gil
the entire
in alternate timeline. Gil just hears something in the distance. Somebody's saying something.
I'm
just imagining like Vegeta hearing himself in the past in DBZ Abridged, just like, wait a moment, is that me?
But Bree's like, still, that's how we can plan before we go in there to face whatever sabers in there. We get Nash to get her double advantage unlocked.
Yes, we can probably.
I
say you let my queen train her. She's trained many militant women in her life.
I will use the ancient method that my master has passed down to me. I need, she's Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I take a lighter out of my pocket. Nash, I'm gonna need you to try and dodge or block this. As I snap my fingers and cause an explosion in front of me.
Wait, what? Wait, on the camp?
We're gonna go over some dodging. As I begin chasing Nash around.
Wait. Just, Pep could also just train her because she's done that before.
I know, but I want to use my propane lighter. I've had this since the beginning, and I've never gotten to use this.
All right. So
Sela's body just goes comically flying.
Devram, now this is when you reappear. You come out of the hole to Mash being like, Miss Celeste, I really don't think this is appropriate.
Wait, you guys are parked outside the hole?
Yes.
Well,
so we're going to see you
probably
walking
in
out.
the entrance area.
Yeah, so it's like, we'll see you walking from the darkness.
A couple hundred feet.
There is definitely some down and some tunnel and stuff. Because, in case you forgot, the quote-unquote Grail Cavern is huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys trying to destroy the mountain? We can't
I'm training Nash.
As they're running around.
Snap.
Weird.
My queen, please sort this out. I guess.
That probably flips her spear around and, in the way of a stern instructor, bonks Celeste on the head. Stop it.
Avenger just picks her up.
Alright. Yeah, Celeste has absolutely no strength.
Okay.
Like, if Celeste was a servant, a good example would be having like strength E, but endurance A+.
Yeah, makes sense.
I could take anything, but I hit like a wet noodle.
And there's probably like all the servants except Hoshi, because Hoshi is just sitting with Sela and drinking.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta be honest, I don't think Hoshikuma could explain how to use her double phantasm. Listen, I'm an Oni, and I have my Kanabo.
What do you mean? You just hit shit with it. It's not that hard. Just pick up your shield and whack him over the head.
Yeah, she probably from the peanut gallery is just like, just hit him with your shield. Does that work? I don't know. But so the rest of the servants probably get together and like walk her through the whole step, and she can probably, when dramatically appropriate, use Lord Caldius now.
She can have a servant. She can have a servant training party over there. Well, I guess we talk.
Which isn't the worstest.
Yeah.
Celeste may or may not draw him up.
I think Pep doesn't do training as harsh as Leonidas, but it's probably up there. She also uses
honestly, she probably, just her style probably doesn't mesh necessarily, even though they're both lawful good. Her style probably doesn't necessarily mesh with what Mash is, because she's like, and I'm gonna need you to give me your war cry, and Mash is just like,
let me see your war face.
Basically, I'm just like, Mash Kirielite heading out. And she punches the sky. And it's just like,
Mash is a little bit scary. She can like one hand fucking.
Mash has strength C. Like, she had no problem doing that thing where she threw you over her shoulder and would have carried Father Tomas. She just also didn't want to throw him over her shoulder because he freaked her out a little bit.
He's weird. I don't blame her.
Like, if Mash wasn't literally like the bestest to send most pure person, she would have grabbed him by his feet, so he hit his head on the steps.
I think that's probably what Celeste is.
Mash is not that rude.
Celeste is usually not that rude, but Father Tomas has been very much...
Also, just because of how the thing Pep Shield works, Pen would probably end up looking and like seeing if there's any like weird compartments or things to the shield, because her own shield has that too.
Honestly, Pen probably comes to the conclusion that while this is a very robust shield, it's probably not really a shield just because you're not a Knight of the Round Table. You can't figure out what it is. Because in case anybody's forgotten, that's the thing. Mash's shield is literally the table.
Which is weird because it's not table shaped at all.
Anyway.
But so Devram has strolled back into the scene.
Yeah. Steve, this Ray's like, we got a long way to go. Steve, Devram's like, enjoy your walk? So, I tell us where you went off to?
I went for a walk.
Do what?
Did Okitan not tell you?
Yes,
you're supposed to tell them I went for a walk.
I assume you were scouting the Grail Chamber?
There was a huge-ass chamber down there. I wasn't about to head in there, considering, hey, Da Vinci, you're there, right? That's where the big servant is, right?
Da Vinci pops up on your hologram. She gives you the stern Da Vinci eyes. Yes, Da Vinci is here.
Yeah, that's where
we have confirmed Saber's spirit origin is in the Grail Chamber.
Yeah, I didn't go in there. You think I'm crazy? On, take a look. There's a wide open space. A lot of space to fight. I wasn't about to go get myself killed by a servant. I've seen the nonsense. You think I'm crazy? I'm not crazy.
Great detective, he's right.
How good are you at lying?
He's shifty.
Pretty good.
So I shouldn't even know when he's being honest or telling lying.
I have.
You guys, I will say, because I'm shifty, you guys believe me as much as.
I'll say this: my character knows you're lying because of things I have, because of skills I have.
That makes sense.
Your church?
My Celeste knows you're lying, but Celeste also trusts you.
Celeste is a church cop. I'm gonna say right now, Sherlock has 2 A rank skills for this. He's the world's greatest detective. You got nothing, buddy.
I also, but the thing is, that's what I'm thinking about. I know you're lying, but I also trust you. So I'm not going to bring it up.
That's a good question. Does Sherlock trust anybody?
I know who he doesn't trust.
Well, let's see. I mean, Sherlock can reveal true names and noble phantasms. He get a pretty good look at your character. You are shifty, keen-eyed.
Is this where we have Sherlock explain all of Devram's backstory?
No, I don't think it's that much.
Sherlock, unless Sherlock
busted, he gets a feel for it.
Yeah, unless Sherlock actually went elementary, my dear, on him, which would be probably overkill to bust out your true name, release noble phantasm like this. But he does not magically know everything, but he does have super keen insight and is able to predict future actions. Here's the thing, though: Sherlock has seen Father Tomas for who he is the entire time. So even if he, with a rank clairvoyance level, predicted the future that you're gonna try and shenanigans him, he would probably be like, "It's perfectly normal."
No, if honestly,
before the part about Aelius getting shot,
if Celeste knew what you were planning, she might have some issues with you wanting to kill Aelius because he's a human, but she really doesn't mind it too much that you're wanting to kill Father Tomas.
I mean, you guys just know that I haven't completely on.
Yeah, but Sherlock's got some logical thoughts, but he might share with Marie in a quiet moment.
Even the amazing Sherlock Holmes probably would know. Oh, he's going that servant.
He doesn't like that guy. I don't like that guy either. We'll let it slide. Sherlock will try and ask you a pointed question though about. So, did you see any signs of the enemy saber?
Saw from a faraway distance. Sword, black. Is about it.
It doesn't give us a lot of information. Most sabers who have been altered or corrupted by this grail would probably look like that. Sherlock Holmes probably mutters to himself about some fucking detective stuff.
Best I got is two-handed. It's not a katana. It's not a big fuck off sword. It's just
unfortunately that moves a lot.
How big were they?
One sword. About 2/3 of the size of Okitan's sword. About that long.
I believe he meant how tall was the servant.
I'm gonna be honest. It's a big chamber. Getting a sense of scale from things that far away isn't easy.
That's weird coming from a sniper.
I'm sorry, there was wide open ground and a cliff with no actual distinction. You need to know how big something is to be able to compare it to what's around it.
He's right, unfortunately. Perspective is a bit of a bitch.
It's not
Holmes
quite
probably, just quietly fiddles one of his weird magnifying glass arms and goes like, I'm sure if we get closer, I can figure something out.
Probably could, Holmes.
I'm going to. Celeste is going to head into the rail chamber.
Okay, I think that's probably where we're going to cut the session now.
No, I'm going to go alone. I'm stealthing.
Oh, you're going to sneak off?
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay.
I would like to contest that and see.
Okay.
I will roll against your stealth.
That's fine.
All right.
I thought we'd save the master animosity for the actual Grill War.
I'm not trying to. I'm literally trying to get a picture of her and then bring it back.
Ah, fair.
I have a camera phone.
You do have a smartphone. Oh, wait, no, it's older.
No, it's a camera phone.
The 2010
not
phone.
a smartphone, but it's a camera phone.
This is going to be very interesting if you actually sneaky pants.
I am very sneaky.
Honestly, I think it's better. I know. Robin said he wanted to oppose. It's probably better to have you roll versus the Doom Pool, which is quite large right now, and see narratively what happens.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't think opposing rolls really works because.
Well, it would as a targeted thing, but
yeah.
The thing is that you're not necessarily trying to sneak or unsneak. It's just generally, are you sneaky right now?
Hey, brief question. If I just assume just because just so we don't forget, Marie, lowering all the physical stress everyone has.
Well, he needs to roll dice or make plot points for that. So, does anybody have any physical stress they're really concerned about?
That was a D8, but I could probably just not bother.
Okay, all right. Welcome to the Imtep.
Should we let Celeste go first? Or
Just make a roll.
Yeah, make your roll first because we brought that up later.
Yeah. So it's I'm using Church Executor because the sneaky and the stabby churchy stuff.
This episode has gone way more interesting than I thought it'd do.
Well, that's what happens when we deliberately go, oh, we're not going to dogpile into another conflict, and then we have an hour.
It's /poly, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, exclamation point poly. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Why did I always think it's /poly?
Because there's other effects, but this one is exclamation.
Okay. So 1d8 from that. 1d8 from camouflaging coats. Because those coats aren't just black because that's their style. They're black because black is good at stealth.
Yep.
My covert, which is a d10.
Wait, weren't you using explosions on Mash? Alright. So Mash definitely knows you've gone.
No.
Well, we did say that that Pent stopped them. Aelius asked Pent to stop, and she was like, okay, stop it. Stop.
I'm using my covert, which is a d12.
I'm imagining that basically what happens is, because that's the direction the narrative was going, was everybody kind of everybody who's actually standing up and walking around kind of clusters around Devram and talks about the servant, and then
basically when he said I didn't get a good look at her, that's when I would have been like.
By the way, that's not a D12; it's a D10. You're a master. Don't go up that high.
Sorry.
Yes, it's not actually. That would be an 8 rank.
Master is D10, expert's D8, and novice is D6.
I have covert master, and then I'm using word of safe passage, which is basically
you get all of these trinkets and doodads.
Church people get a lot of stuff.
Fair. They're also I guess they'd also if they're rare. I wonder if your design is going to be a thing Omega has to put in the book as an example.
My mic was unplugged. I have a lot of stuff that is non-combat. That is how my character. I have a lot of support stuff. If I was in a one-on-one fight, I would get my dome back because I get a D6 attack basically. Unless they're undead, then I get a D8. So one-on-one fights, I'm not so great.
I wonder if
you
I'd
built
have
a utility kit, which is something we've talked about.
I wonder.
I'm playing a rogue.
For instance,
or Bard. Bard is a better example.
For instance, Theon is a lancer who also is basically mostly a caster. He has a magic lance that he can do stuff, but also he has actual magecraft and clairvoyance, and he has 2 support noble phantasms. So it's I can do support stuff.
I'm going to use the dice roller for this because I actually don't have any 4s left.
Who needs D4s?
2 more ones, because of course it would be me if I didn't roll ones.
Yeah.
Right, I'll
D10
take
effect 13, I guess.
I'll take 2. I'll give you 2 to turn 2 of my D6s into D8s. What's your best roll?
13 with a
D8.
D10.
Nope, D10 is the one. Can't use that.
No, it's also a 5.
No, the 5.
Oh, right. You're using the 5 from the D8.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, hey, I rolled a 1 on my d12 of all things.
Can I pull a stunt to just disappear?
Not quite how stunts work. But my best is... yeah, I think it's going to be 2 of my 6's topper for 12.
Oh, I win. Okay.
So you are sneaky. You sneak off. I will not necessarily stop any of the player characters from going, hey, where'd Celeste go?
So, Omega, did we get experience from you using the D12 or from just rolling it?
No, when I spend a d12 to do a thing.
Okay.
When I'm rolling the doom pool that has d12s in it, nothing happens. It's just
Okay.
there's a shitload of doom. Like the tension in this scene is high.
So this
doesn't help.
I don't
for
know how
Drill.
I don't know how this would actually fit into it. But if Saber Alter is trying to detect me, she has a harder time with this.
That would probably mean you'd oppose that roll or something if she did anything. Hey, guess
Is
what?
it-
Saber Alter doesn't have any detection. So
Well, yeah,
you see basically, probably not as clear because you're not keen-eyed, but you see basically what I described to Devram before. Giant chamber, big glowing orb thing, magic fun ball, a
am
stoic
taking a
figure
picture.
standing in front of it.
I am zooming in, taking a picture, and running the fuck off.
Is your flash
That's
on?
why. Alright,
I don't think it has a flash.
D12 check for stupid. If I get a 1, my flash was on. My flash was not on.
Okay. He's like, oh, wait.
There's a long bit of silence.
The dice rolled under my microphone. So
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a click sound, and you see. Actually, no. I'll say,
Instinct.
for the sake of comedy, you capture the image of Saber Alter still looking at the two seekers doing a peace sign. She's still struggling with that one.
She's gonna use it. She's gonna move her barber hand. If you will.
I come back to camp, and I show Sherlock the picture. Be like, so
I may have some ideas, but I will probably need to see them in action. I need to know their skills.
that's fair. I'm good at sneaking. So
That
I tried.
sword seems right. Seems familiar. There's something different about it. I think this may be the first case where this servant's noble phantasm has been altered by their darkening process.
Yes. I feel like this is. You said they. I don't know many queens with the sabers.
I didn't mention anything about that. You guys don't know anything I said.
Oh, I thought you said.
Nope, I said I didn't enter the chamber.
Okay, well then I will.
But then you said you did.
I don't know many. I don't know.
I looked in. I looked in.
I don't know many female knights. Very odd. I assume
there are a
If only Galahad was here to basically school us on
I
everything.
assume she's female. It could be a 12-year-old boy, but because of how summoning works, what knight?
that would mean that person was
What knight
either there's
was in
something
their
wrong
prime
with their
at
summoning
12?
or their prime was at that young age.
I don't think it's King David.
I think of one French knight, the Knight of the Lily. Well, that looks a little dark to be a lily.
My thought was.
And again,
Stella's
also,
gonna. She's
What's
got.
she doing with her hand?
She's got history. We're just gonna fucking.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I have history.
It's against the Doom Pool, so it's probably not gonna go well. But you know,
We'll see. My dice are very swingy still.
Yeah,
I don't have a.
Actually, could I give you an assist? Could you take the D10 of my D10 history skill?
You have to spend a plot point for that. I have to give you a plot point specifically.
I only have 2. I should probably keep it, honestly.
Well, I think you both are our low plot pointers.
Yeah, I need 2 for piercing.
I will spend a plot point.
So I have.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Oh my god.
Also, especially with her fingers, very actually seems to imitate, what he sees, the pictures of,
What year
this is
did
sort of,
What year did Kelly
Well, officially it would be after. It would be
Post 2004.
yeah.
no, I was just making the joke that, 2000,
Yeah. 2000.
Okay.
It is.
Gonna use
It
my
is. We'll go with it's
proxy
2015
child.
canonically right now. East timeline, just because that makes my head hurt less. Because
Instead of it being 2 years pushed forward, yeah.
right, because I don't know if maybe in English the Holy Grail was 2006. I don't know.
No, I think it might have taken more years.
It does help me. I guess that means I'm a pair actually, so which means I get a D10 instead of a D8 for my teamwork.
Yeah, that's how teamwork works.
I'm using my proxy child distinction for the things I was forced to be taught.
Man, that's a story.
Does-
This is what I hear.
does Marie have a weapon yet?
And
I still have my, technically I still have my, that can whack someone,
You could give him the gun.
That's all I get.
Devram would like to hand.
That's a hard roll.
His dice roller sucks.
That is slightly better.
I'm like, can you choose to only use part of your doom pool?
No.
Slightly better than my first roll.
If the scene is tense, the scene is tense.
Okay, I'm just curious if you could choose to go mercy on people.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to keep my highest rolling dice. Unfortunately, I didn't actually roll that many bad ones. What's your best roll? Like 4?
This does make sense for Sela, though. I mean, like, she's trying to remember things she was forced to be taught. It's not.
Technically, I do have 2 2s, so I could completely lowball it and have you know something. But also, I don't necessarily, because she is altered, I don't necessarily know how you'd know. So,
I mean, it can be something super vague.
I would say it just more just generic knowledge on knights. I'm like, fuck it. Like, based off description and visuals, like, we maybe be able to narrow down generic nonsense. It's a 4.
I would guess that you're probably able to, with all your skills and kit bashing together, even if you don't beat the Doom Pool outright, you're probably able to get the sense that she, because of the style of sword, which you can see very clearly in the picture, she has to be an actual European knight type heroic spirit. You would guess probably one of the ones related to the Matter of Britain or the Matter of France.
Okay. Which
doesn't necessarily
pretty damn vague. But
you would know that almost all of those guys, anybody of any knight of the Round Table or anyone related to them or any of the paladins of Charlemagne would be top tier heroic spirits.
Yeah, it's like okay, that they're a European or French knight, so knights of the Round Table, paladins of Charlemagne, knights who serve the kings or queens of France and England. It's a whole lot of highball.
I wonder if it's gear or not. I beg to just ask, how many knights of the Round Table are there? Because I assume you would know the number.
There's at least 13.
There's at least 13 seats, and then there's several waiting in the wings or alternates.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like something 30-something.
Well, so in Fate lore, there are 13 seats of the Round Table, but there are still many other knights who are with the Round Table. There are many knights who serve
Arthur, and there's characters associated and stuff like that.
Wasn't Gareth not a
Look, Gareth at the end was promoted to 8th seat.
Yeah.
But that means that somebody was in the 8th seat before, probably.
I know Gareth is like the newest knight.
Yeah, Gareth is the youngest.
Also, is Percival a knight?
Yes.
Percival. I have the list somewhere.
Due to Fate Prototype, we know at least 11 names of the round, and there are 2 that we don't know who their seals are, but I think we still know who their names are, actually.
One is probably Sir Robin.
2nd seat, Percival. 3rd seat, Kay. 6th seat, Gaheris. 7th seat, Gareth. 9th seat, Palamedes. And then we don't know what seats they were, but Tristan, Gawain, Lancelot, Bedivere, Mordred, Galahad, Agravain.
Yeah, we know almost all of them.
Yeah, Robin is probably there.
Yeah, like, there are some seals that we don't know who they belong to, but we know they were sealed. And there's only 2 seals we do not know, I believe, as part of the...
And we also do know that in addition to the Grail crew of Percival and Galahad, Bors was a character. King Pellinor was there, but was not a knight. And we've had mention of some other knights, so there's a lot. Yeah.
Basically, it's like really hard to know what Saber is unless you actually heard her talk.
Oh yeah. Well, because also, once again, the biggest thing that's probably throwing us all off is that's a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, Sherlock could probably be like, if we can't play. History is written by those who come after. It's possible that there could be a person who pretended to be older or a different gender or hid with magecraft.
Yeah, Devram would like to again push Theon because was known as a saber so beautiful.
Well, yeah,
but they were rapier.
I don't know if the weaponry and gear are appropriate, but it could be. They are altered. Like we said, we cannot recognize their sword.
This person looks
that sword has definitely changed from how it originally was. We don't quite know how this process works.
This person looks to be trained to be the woman I thought of. So I think we can rule out beyond the
Devram would like to hold out his survival knife to Marit. Just say, in case you need to defend yourself, this will prove much more effective than a bag.
He takes like, quick question. Can you feel magecraft through it? Or is it one of those wrought iron ones with blades?
It's a survival knife. Yeah, it would accept magecraft, yeah.
Good. Yeah, I don't know what I can do with this.
These are the stats you see on the survival knife. It's just a survival knife D4. You can channel magecraft through it.
Honestly, if it's only a D4, in that case, I'll just use my weapon instead. I have
But
300 of this weapon.
Is he going to be able to figure out how to use a black key?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Are you allowed to
black
teach him
keys
how to
are
use a black key? Is that not against the rules? It's a legit question. I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
think if I teach him any of the sacraments, that's the rule. But the basic using of the black key is just are you able to use magic, it then projects itself as part of your moving.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
You could probably give him a
But
black key.
I definitely could not teach him any of the, like, you make them on fire, or you turn them into a mummy, or make birds attack them, because this shit is weird.
Just make magic sword.
But no, you're right. It's more fair.
Yeah. Use it for defense. I would not recommend going into attack.
Like going up against a saber, I don't think at best I can probably use the big two, maybe. I do emphasize the maybe on this block of sword strike.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
I think it's more of the saber how to end summon. From what I know, sabers tend to be rulers.
Famous knights are famous.
In case-
Swords are in real life. Swords are a ceremonial weapon, so they are very commonly
Anything
associated.
comes at you, this may save your life.
Marie did, that's gonna set off Marie a little bit because it's like wait, why would this save my why would I necessarily use this to save my life? Yeah, he's not gonna vocalize it, but in the back of his head he's like, okay, Kevin's up to something, but I'm not gonna bring it up.
Shifty.
Wait,
You always think I'm up to something.
I am going to.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go over to Father Tomas and realize he's unconscious. I'm going to draw something on his back when no one is looking at me.
Is it a sign that says "kick me"?
No, it's not. It's much more insidious.
Okay.
Mm.
Is it a pentagram?
No, I'm Catholic. I'm prepping a ritual on it.
Okay. I thought you were just like going to draw something that make him want to burn himself.
Can anyone in this group sense magecraft on audio?
It's not me. It's a sacrament.
No, I'm just asking that as a general question.
Oh, yes, I can. Wait,
Do people have magecraft sense?
is it by someone
I
who's
mean,
evil?
it's less a sense and more just like if we're trained in magecraft, we're probably skilled at knowing when magecraft is beat. Like we're probably just
Yeah, if you have a magecraft skill and you pick up something that's like a mystic code or something that magecraft has been worked upon, you can probably be like, oh, hey, magecraft has been done to this.
I do have a...
You sense a spell on the survival knife.
Yeah, he's just like, again, that's when he's like, hello, what is this? But he's not gonna say anything.
Okay, well, all right, I'll push the button as God. What does Sherlock know about this knife? Because he's a caster right now.
Yeah.
Sherlock knows it is a survival knife, D4. He also knows that it has a tracking spell on it. If he wants to bring that up, Devram has the answer.
Oh, it's probably
he will
save you.
Sherlock's very, very close to the vest. He will probably, if he gets a moment alone, communicate it to Marie, but not yell out, "There's a tracking spell on that." No, it's way too. It's not subtle enough.
It doesn't break attention.
Hey, me right here, right now. Not going to say it out loud because Devram wouldn't say that, but when you lose a knife, it's a pain to go find a new one that you like.
Fair.
It is the gear that is on all of our items.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, priest cheat, so I don't have any stuff like that. They can just go, black keys, return to me.
Yeah.
Return no black
because they're
keys.
bullshit like that.
Not a cheater.
But, yeah, no, I'm setting up a ritual I'm setting up, to say it out loud, I'm setting up a sacrament of, called, I think it's purification.
Oh, great.
If I strike him with a black key at that ritual point, his flesh begins to rot.
Ow. That's a spicy complication he's gonna have.
Yeah, sacraments, no, he has that complication. But it's a very, very, very specific thing. It's
it only activate. It's waiting its time. It has to be activated.
Activate when struck by a black key using a mind magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, going whole hog on the magecraft bits is really fun. But okay, I think then that's everything because we've done. I don't think Marie actually rolled to heal people. We can probably do that off mic though. It's getting late.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to wonder. Actually, Cardi finish.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we get a chance to, do it, like, gonna gonna roll with Dr. Breed's healing things, but we can do that off camera. Yada yada.
Yeah.
Get late.
I just wanted to say, it's like, I wondered if it's like, I as a player asked if there's any possible way for Aelius to possibly like get an exchange of maybe histories or life stories between him and Sela, because I think like he's actually curious. Because everyone else, he
not to speak for Vespairr right now, but I feel like Sela's not in a real good mood for that right now.
And it's more of like his prize. I just don't like how
Sela's thinking about the existential shock of like, holy shit, 1, I tried to punch that guy. 2, holy shit, I killed him.
Is Emiya still
holy shit, I killed one of the strongest servants in history with a fist.
Yes, that is actually,
you never,
I suppose
your
for purposes of EXP, I don't know if you
arrow.
know that he's a magus. He did 100% use. You saw him use projection to create his guns, though.
I saw him use projection, so I'm going to consider that my 10 XP for them.
All right, fair enough.
He's a high
he would be a valid character for that.
Yeah, just thank God, or else I would not have been able.
I don't even know when I'm going to actually pop 10 XP, and I don't know what I'm using for.
With that next at the beginning of next episode. I am also along the lines of Robin. I am going to be creating a tool.
I haven't
Also,
used
here's the
that
thing.
toy yet. It's pretty nasty.
It's surprisingly hard to get like the 3 XP for like the milestone I have, where it's like go out of my way to find more secrets. It's like there isn't really much more to find out, or I guess it's more of like to put myself in danger.
There's
there could be stuff to go out of their way. You didn't go to Einsburn Castle at all.
I didn't. I thought that was all destroyed, but that's fair. I didn't think about
out
that.
of character, when does the singularity ever go well? After the final service? Do you really honestly think Saber Alter is going to be it? Because I don't.
I mean, depends if Omega actually wants to do more.
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more, but going by fate logic, some revealer shit happens at the end.
Next session, there will be Shim-Shams. We all know this. Someone will Shim-Sham someone else. There will be a priest.
I wonder if Pent will end up fighting Oki-chan.
There will be blood.
We don't know.
And I've got to clean up this mess.
Marina's just going to be sad.
It's a good thing Reed is a good boy.
I still have something just in case.
Yeah, it's like,
I have thoughts about stuff too.
I will say this: if I thought like Iceberg Castle was actually like Eddie was like not just completely destroyed, I thought I just didn't think about that because it's like, oh wait, that's actually a thing. Okay.
Well, I mean that's the I would say that not in not in a rude way, X, but that you are definitely one of the players who is like, okay, and we move on to the next scene. Like that 3 XP is very much like, no, stop. I'm going somewhere completely different now.
To me, it's like
which as a player doesn't necessarily suit you.
I just didn't consider that.
Yeah,
there are definitely some places where you could be like much like both Devram and Celeste.
It's like I would no reason to think there's any significance to it. There. Yeah. It's just to me, it's like to me to think that there's something special to Einsburn Castle would require me to know Einsburn Castle was actually something important. So it's
it's a castle in the forest.
It was kind of weird.
That's pretty unusual. Devram would definitely have gun checked.
I guess from a guy from the Formless Sea would just not think it's weird, but that's just
yeah. I know. I think it's just the and well, I mean, there was that whole touching moment where Herc like stumbled towards it and reached out a hand, and then he died.
Yeah,
it was significant to him in some way.
Yeah, if we didn't if Mauricio first thought was oh crap, like my teammates passed out from overdose on adrenaline, then his next thought would have been, why is that
I just thought it was a callback, so like I just thought, it's just a nod to us.
Was that ever mentioned in the group? Does that happen?
I guess probably because it's like mentioned to happen.
Going to wander off towards the castle.
Really? You're just gonna do it?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll go with you. It's like, what the fuck are you going?
Okay, I think that sounds like next time then.
Then I would definitely go if I know about it.
If you mention something unique happens, you'll just go, ooh, shiny, and go.
Crap.
If you just like start moving off that, like, I feel like Aelius has like out of pride has to go after you.
Yeah.
No, honestly, we can do that. We can do that for more roleplay stuff next time too, where you guys decide to crash Einsburn Castle.
Explain her character a little bit and why she is very impulsive. This is a person who has been taught that she should have no regard for her own personal safety because nothing bad can happen to her. Which is basically trained her to just be like, oh, something interesting? I'll go there.
Okay, I think that is basically.
I just thought it was smoking ruin, so it's like I guess
Well, I described that parts of it were collapsed in, but it wasn't necessarily.
I just thought it was all just a smoking ruin.
No, it's not how I
say
described it.
castle in the woods, I'm going to go towards that town.
Yeah. Devram would also go.
Alright.
All right. Anyway, I think I will wrap up the recording now.
This is very interesting. Where it's like now I have the threat of death over my head now, and like what do you?
Technically, you've always had the threat of death.
I mean, honestly, that was already true. You're in a singularity.
Yes,
but I could be like, and Herc decides to squash you like a bug.
Also,
I'd be like, well, guess I die.
Actually, wait. I have something interesting.
Also, Celeste will try and protect because.
Well, honestly, I'll
actually, there's a thing
goodbye,
I
everybody.
saying,
Goodbye, audience. Goodbye. I'm gonna turn the thing off.
Oh yeah, sorry, the mic's still on.